Something about this place brings me back, it always brings me back. This kind of love won't change. Brings me back, it always brings me back. I've crossed many miles, but one thing's always clear, my heart stays here.
McIntyre Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is proud to sponsor the Sydney Curling Club. Looking for a new ride? Shop new or use, assisted by our friendly sales team with the largest selection of GM vehicles on the island. Need a part for your vehicle or an oil change? Visit our certified service and parts department for all your vehicle servicing needs. Hurry hard down to 101 Disco Street. Shop anytime online on our website and follow us on social media to stay up to date with all of our latest promotions.
Curl a little. This looks really good, Todd. Looks really good. Will it roll? And
What a
Thomas
shot.
with the shot! Oh, he just ticks it. He just ticks it. Will it curl? Will it curl?
Oh, big miss there, big. A little tight.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sydney, Nova Scotia, and draw, I don't even know what draw it is, but some draw of the Coldstream Clear mixed Spiel here in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Biggest tournament in Canada going on right now. My name is Bastion Lafort. I will be your commentator for this amazing game with the fantastic Matt Latimer. Matt Latimer's joining me on the call tonight. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. Can't wait to get going here.
Yeah, this
we
is
got a
gonna
little
be
delay,
great.
but we're not too much behind anymore.
No.
And I think the teams are ready to play. So.
Yeah, first rocks right away. We have two great teams. We have Team Wong against Team Edwards. Team Wong played on stream last night. They played on stream last night in a fantastic game against Team Barrick, and this is Team Edwards' first streamed game of this tournament. This is a C Division game, I believe. Maybe the C Division quarterfinal, maybe? I don't really know.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think it says on YouTube, so just check YouTube.
Do your research if you don't know.
If you want to watch this, you should know what you're watching. So, anyway, so yeah, we have two teams. It looks like Team Edwards has thrown the red stones, and they have hammer in this first end with Christina Edwards, daughter of Skip Philip Edwards, throw in these lead stones. So you might notice that it's a little quiet ambience-wise on the ice tonight. We don't have any on-ice skip mics for this game only, sadly. It's only because of battery issues. We need to charge them if we want to keep doing it for the rest of the spiel. So
Got to get them back to full charge at some point.
Yeah, this is our charging game, so you'll have to bear with us for this entire game. And we'll want to let you know that there'll be sheet updates across all the sheets, and maybe let's look into the different games that are happening tonight.
Yeah, we have some great games out there tonight on all the sheets.
Yeah.
Sheet 2, we've got Simon Barrick playing against Michael Prince's team.
Yeah.
Simon commentated the last game and then put his curling shoes on and went out there, and he's hoping to have a good bout there.
Yeah, and on sheet 3, we have Team Stone against Team McNamara in the A semifinals, with Team Stone with Super Spare Benito De Lorenzo playing with him tonight. Super Spare Benito De Lorenzo. And
he
then
just pebbled the ice, so he may have an idea of where the curl is at.
Oh, this is biased curling. And on sheet 4, we have Team McNamara, skipped, and last rocks thrown by Stephen Leslie against, who's that? Thomas Drover. Thomas Drover. And I think that's another A game, actually.
Yes, and it's quite a family affair over there with Team Drover. We have Nolan Drover as well as Nadine Drover on the team.
There's our games, which for the last draw. So that was the games that we...
there we go. We're back in action.
Yeah, you can see that Sharon is not immobile down at the other end. As we try to fix these camera issues, we would like to thank Devin and Gracie, who are behind the scenes and They're usually pretty quick to fix these problems, and they've been working hard all day providing these streams for you guys at home. So big thanks to Devin and Gracie.
Absolutely. A lot of work going in behind the scenes here. We've got a lot of camera equipment. We've got a lot of training. They've been training for weeks, I think, for this event now.
Yeah. Well, we have about 40 cameramen on the ice.
Yeah, so it was the logistics even of getting all of that set up and the shift work and everything set up.
Yeah.
Really hats go off to Devin and Gracie for handling all that stuff.
Yeah. They train everyone by hand. Do we have the overheads, Gracie? Do we want to check? Is this... I don't know if this is... Oh, yeah, she's moving. Yeah, she's moving.
So
Sharon is back. She is, yeah. Anyway,
it's starting to shape up. We've got a few corner guards on one side, and we've got one near the top of the house on the center line. And we'll see if this is able to get around there and get buried in the corner, or if it's going to nick.
If she gets a little tick here, it's a pretty good shot. Yeah, right behind
really
those
good.
corners. It's a nice throw. And Philip Edwards now. There's controversy on what's happening on sheet 4. What is
I see
actually
an 8-person meeting out
Yeah,
there.
this is crazy. There's all 8 people are meeting at the hog line on sheet 4. What's happening?
I don't know what is happening there, but it looks like there's some spirited debate going on at the very least.
Yeah, Stephen Leslie's saying it's okay, I think.
There's a lot of hand waving.
Yeah,
and
Thomas Drover's
gestures.
gone now.
Do we have anyone that can read lips in the audience, maybe?
Yeah, what a shot here. Look at this double. Thrown by Wally McDonald.
Oh, wow. We almost completely missed that with the controversy going on over on sheet 4. But what a shot.
Yeah, that's second Wally McDonald on Team Edwards. As Philip Edwards. Oh, he's just going to get the balloons. Yes,
Hey,
the balloons.
grab those balloons. I made a double earlier in the tournament, and I did not even remember the balloons, and I regret it immensely.
A bald man on sheet 2 just blew me a kiss.
I saw that. Who is that man?
Look, he's walking right now. So you can pick him out, and he's quite adorable, him and his shiny head.
Yeah, so what a double. He even managed a little bit of a roll there, maybe, and he looks to be maybe very partially buried. It's not an easy shot, at least, to get to it.
Yeah. As you watch now, Andy Pike throwing third stones for Team Wong. Andy is a veteran curler here at the Sydney Curling Club.
Andy has some nights where he's sneaky good. I've seen him play some really good games when he gets on his stride.
Wow, look at that shot. That's a great shot.
Well done.
Doesn't get it out. Sharon's sweeping hard. Can't get it out, but it's wide open.
It's way out there in the wing, and he did get the shot, so it's a good shot overall.
And now we have third for Team Edwards. This is Jenna McClellan. Jenna, so I guess for context too, this Team Edwards, they actually curl for the majority out of the Schooner Curling Club in the Pier, like in Sydney, essentially. So they know each other quite well. But Jenna, she curls here at the Sydney Curling Club. She was a super spare for them. I don't know their original team member, but they had someone else who couldn't make this tournament due to either like appointments or anyway, they couldn't make it. They needed a spare, and Jenna was eager to fill in, but that's somebody that they might not be used to. So,
that is true. That's one more release to get used to. You need to, as you know, it's very important as a team to get an understanding of how everyone throws the rock so that you know the weight as a sweeper and you know the line as the skip.
Yeah, no, it's very, very important.
So they'll have that little extra challenge, but I think they'll rise to the task.
Me too. I have full faith and confidence in them.
Absolute 100% faith in that.
Yeah. So
they're going to attempt a little hit and roll here, and they have to roll a little ways to get behind some guards, but we'll see how it plays out here.
Just took a sip there of my coffee, Matt, and my coffee I got at Cafe by the Bay, which is our End One sponsor.
Very nice segue, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we'd like to thank Cafe by the Bay for sponsoring and number one of all the games in the Spiel. They are a coffee shop on Charlotte Street. They have excellent coffee, and they're run by amazing people. And this is the most important thing of all. They have an historic, groundbreaking announcement happening at the shop on April 1st. That's in, what, 2 days, 3 days?
Yeah, and I heard about that, and I am just
I
itching
can't
at the
wait.
bit to
I'm going to
find
be
out what
I'm going to
that
be going
announcement
there.
is.
And you should too, not only for the announcement, but just for their coffee. Because it will help you. If you are tired, you will no longer be tired because it contains so much caffeine.
And I love my caffeine, and I'm not a coffee drinker, but I have tried a coffee from Cafe by the Bay in the past, and I was shockingly surprised.
Yeah, so thank you, Cafe by the Bay, for sponsoring N number one. Sharon Wong now throwing her first rock of this first end. Sliding out. She gets low to the ice, doesn't she?
She does get very low. She's got a little bit of that Manitoba tuck going on.
Yeah. Oh, this is curling a lot. The sweepers are on it, and it might be by, Matt. I think it is.
Looks like
oh,
it may
dear.
flash. Yeah, that curled a long ways, actually.
Yeah. That's
Okay, they got
unfortunate.
surprised a little bit by the line there, but they'll have another one at the end to see if they can make up for that.
We have a future curler, and by future curler I mean somebody curling at 8 o'clock. Your skip, actually, Matt.
Yes.
Wondering how far behind the games are.
Oh.
And, she'd know if she watched the stream, so I guess she's not watching.
Yeah, she very well may have messaged me, but I am known to not look at my phone while I'm
While you're working?
preoccupied.
Yeah.
Working, I'm 100% into what I'm doing, so.
Yeah, Philip Edwards now, he has a slight backswing, and by slight backswing, I mean he raises the rock ever so slightly. And here it goes. I think he's just trying to draw in behind those corners.
Yeah.
It looks okay.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, it's curling a lot now. They don't want to lose
This could
it.
be really good.
There it goes. Just gets by. They had no fear for that shot. And Barry's in.
Right on the tee line. Really nicely done, actually.
Now, I think Sharon probably tries the hit and roll if you were her,
Yeah,
right?
I think that the natural double is there, and the hit and roll on top of
Yeah.
it is a good
you-
consolation prize on that.
You probably either get the double or you just hit and roll on top. And we have our first comment of this game. Interesting fact: Andy Pike, who's the mate for Sharon Wong, told me that he is a member, and me, Ben the Bastion. Anyway, told me he's a member of the Sydney Curling Club for over 50 years running, and that's crazy, Matt, because he doesn't look a day over 40.
I would have thought he was 39.
Me too.
That's an amazing fact. 50 years running. This building is what, a little over 100 years old now?
Yeah, probably.
So he's been here for about half the lifespan of this building.
Yeah, he's seen it go through some
And he may even
highs and lows.
see the dawn of a new era with a new building.
We hope. We hope.
We very much hope so in the coming years.
Yeah. I wonder what this might be a draw with just the way they're holding the broom here for this shot, Matt.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking similar ice to their last shot. I think they're going to try to draw in and force Sharon to try to. Oh, this is Sharon here.
Yes, Sharon is throwing currently.
So she's not going to take on the double or the hit and roll. They're
I
going to try
don't
to.
think so.
If she can draw one in there and get somewhat buried or frozen on that red rock, biting the 4-foot. I can't see an overhead right now, but it looks like it's biting the 4-foot there.
Yeah.
That'd be a really nice shot.
She lets it go. The sweepers need to stay close because they just saw Philip Edwards one break hard. You don't want to lose this one.
Just got by the guards in the last one, so.
Looks good. Does it slow down, though? Is it heavy?
Ooh.
Needs to slow down. I don't think it will. And Philip Edwards getting ready to sweep that out. There it goes. Does he get it far enough? And red is sitting at least 2. Is it 3? Oh, it's close.
It's close. I think it's 2 from this angle, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. So not a completely wasted rock, but
yeah, but
not what she would have hoped for from the hack, for sure.
and it's an unfortunate miss there. Just a couple feet lighter, and she would have been at least second shot.
And probably buried because she probably would have got a little bit more curl with the lighter weight, and they might have just had to take the draw for 2 if she was in the 4-foot, or try to maybe play a tougher shot and get the bump for 3. But
Yeah. So this is now last rock of end number 1. Philip Edwards with hammer, trying to draw for at least 3, possibly 4.
Taking plenty of ice here because they know from the last one that there is some curl that they can catch. So it's looking pretty good. Sweepers are on it pretty hard, but I think they're. Ooh, they actually bumped, but
just enough.
it's still going to.
And great
it's gonna
shot
work out
there
for them.
by
It's a great
Philip
shot.
Edwards. Great shot. And that is, well, they're not looking at it, so I guess it wasn't close. We'll have to see the scoreboard.
I think 3, but we'll check the scoreboard here shortly.
Yeah. They're rushing to put up the score, Jenna McClellan, and she puts it on 4. That's 4 for
Ooh,
Philip Edwards in the
big
first
ones.
end.
Now,
And as end number 1 concludes, I must go eat pizza. So I will be back, and taking over for me is Devin George for an end or 2. So I will be
Right,
back.
well, enjoy your pizza.
Thank you.
and We'll see you
I
again
will.
soon.
I will.
Yeah, so as Devin comes and sits down to join us, we're just about to start the second end here. And we have Philip Edwards' team trying to stay in front and start at the end strong here. So this is Philip's daughter, Christina Edwards, throwing lead stones. Looks like they're looking to get a guard on the center line here. And I think they will. That's a well-thrown rock there.
How's it going, Matt?
All right, we got Devin here with us now. It's going pretty good. We're early on in this game. We're still feeling it out, but pretty big end in the first end to score 4.
Yeah,
That's gonna make a big difference in how this game is played. They may try to play it a little cleaner, stay ahead on the scoreboard, or we'll see if there's any big ends and possibly a comeback here.
Definitely, yeah. Anything can happen. It was only the first end, so.
There is 8 ends, so even if they creep back 1 or 2 at a time, you never know. 4 isn't too much to overcome. So
Oh, still got 7 ends to play, so plenty of time.
plenty of time for sure.
So. Let's see. There's their. This is their second rock, right? Yeah, this is their second rock.
Yeah, and looks like they got a little bit on a quick path there
Yeah.
and a little outside, and
Tad heavy,
it's
yeah.
gonna run through. So.
Yeah, just a bit heavy there. Oh,
So we were just lauding your efforts earlier on the behind-the-scenes technical aspects of things.
Thank you.
All the training that's gone on with the crew. I think there's 40 members of the crew that you've had to
Yeah.
go through and train.
Yeah.
If Sebastian was correct there, and it's really quite the production here.
yeah, massive crew we got here running the show, so.
Next year we may even need to get lodging set up for the crew, special lodging, maybe a little bunker house or something like that for the Spiel.
One of those production RVs that they have for the production trailers for big events like TSN has and stuff.
Yeah, and just wait. Maybe we'll even have a patch.
Yeah.
And, have some cameras in there, maybe some live music, and we'll see who we can get. I heard Our Lady Peace is interested.
Yeah, they
they've
were
been
just
to
in
Sydney
Halifax.
before,
So.
and they were just in Halifax. So I think they came 3 or 4 times to CBU alumni concerts in Sydney, so they're no strangers to the area.
There you go. Let's see, what are they doing here now?
Looks like they're trying to get around the guards and maybe bump the blue. Oh, they're going to
Ooh,
just crash
wrecked,
on the
yeah.
top guard, but they may spill in. Sweeping it hard to get into the 12-foot there, and they will. So
Good sweep in there.
Not a wasted rock. They've opened it up a little bit. That shot to get to that blue will be a little bit easier next time if they need to go at it again. And they're going to force them to throw up another guard, or at least that's what they're going to try to do.
Let's see how this goes. All right, let's see there. Oh, Kathleen's just coming to the hack now, so.
Yeah, so Kathleen's going to try to put a guard near the center line here, I think was the call, unless they changed it when I wasn't looking.
Yeah, I think that looks a little heavy for
Looks a little
center line
spicy
guard.
for a guard, but maybe they'll be able to make it work out.
Maybe they're just going to try and roll off. Yeah, nope. Looks like they're just clear right by it.
Okay, so the ice may be speeding up now in the second end a little bit more than they expected, and we'll see some adjustments happening.
Yeah, I think that went just a bit too heavy for what they wanted, but
Yeah, Team Edwards is going to try to draw around these guards and get down maybe frozen, maybe just in front on the tee line of that blue that's biting the forefoot.
let's see. Oh, their sweepers are on this right away. I think it might be quite a bit light.
Yeah, they're going to try to get it across, and maybe if they can get it to curl a little bit, it won't be in the way of that blue. Yeah, they're going to sweep a little bit for a curl.
Get it just over
And
top.
that won't be too bad. It's not going to block off the blue any more than it already was. We'll see if that rock comes into play later. It's starting to fill up in the club here. I'm hearing a lot more chatter going on in the background here. I think things are livening up.
Yeah, people are coming in, getting prepared for the live music that's going to be on
That's right.
relatively soon.
Do you know who's playing tonight?
I am not sure, actually.
Me neither, but maybe shortly we'll find that out and update for the stream to try to make you all jealous and show up for some live music. We had some live music last night as well. It was great. We had Coldstream, who's our named sponsor here. They were giving out some samples and some mixed drinks and stuff. And that was really, really nice and pretty popular with the crowd. So
Yeah. Thanks a lot for that sponsorship. They're the ones that made this whole tournament happen. So without them, none of this would be going on.
absolutely.
Nice try in there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good draw. If it had curled a little more, they might have been able to try the double off it. But where it is, it's pretty hard to use it. They're going to try for the hit and roll, which would be really nice if they make it well.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes for them.
This is Jenna McClellan here throwing the attempted hit and roll. Looks like the stone maybe a little outside. They're hoping for some curl.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to just nose and not really roll much.
Yeah, going to make it close to nose there and stay in the open, but not the worst result. I think that stone is actually shot.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right. I think it is shot. What do you think Sharon's thinking here? Think she's just trying to draw in under all those guards, or she's trying to roll? Oh.
She does have the stone in the hand of Andy Pike, who's got a bit of a hot hand. He had a good first end, and he can get on a roll.
I think she's going to try and roll off this red here.
I think so. All right, the sweepers are staying close. Sweeping a little bit for some curl. You know, even if he misses it on the outside and he gets a little roll behind that other red, that's not bad either. Looks like he's going to get a little inside roll. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Any less roll and the double might have been a lot easier. I think it's pretty difficult to go for the double here.
Oh, I think we Garth here saying that music tonight is Andre Petipas. Okay, so there we go.
That's right. I remember now. So we have Andre Petipas, and I think he has a 4-piece or 3-piece band called Andre Petipas and the Giants, and I believe I've seen them before. And he is a great musician. So he'll be picking up the lively atmosphere here in a little while. Do you know what time the live music starts?
I'm not sure. I think I did see him enter. I saw somebody coming in with musical equipment, so
Okay, well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 7:38,
Yeah.
getting going there before the later draw.
let's see. What do you think Sharon's contemplating here? She's
Looks like she's
going.
thinking it through.
Looks like she might be going for the hit and roll again.
Yeah, I think she was wondering whether or not the red will jam onto that back blue. She was having an eye there. Let's see what kind of weight they're throwing here. Okay, looks like close to normal takeaway, maybe control. See if they can get it to curl a little bit.
Looks like it's going to
Don't
roll
want
off
this to
the other
jam.
way.
Don't want this to jam.
Yeah.
And that, I believe, is what Sharon was thinking about before.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, they do get the jam there. The shooter rolls a little bit. It's probably not guarded by that red there.
No, I
We'll
don't
see
think.
if they try to make a play on it.
Nope. Oh. What are they going for here?
Not quite sure. They were very quick to put the broom down,
Yeah.
so the team was on board with what's going on. It looks like the
Are they-
broom is like halfway, almost all the way out of the 12.
Are they
12
trying to? Are they trying to run the red into the blue?
I think you might be right because it's a lot of ice for a draw. If they
Yeah.
took a draw on that line, I think it would end up in the open.
I think how much weight he throws here will.
Yeah, it looks like he's throwing a pretty controlled takeout weight at this and trying to run the red back into the blue.
Yeah, I think if he was. Oh, this is coming up.
Yeah, so we also want
Light.
to say thank you to another one of our sponsors here, the Curling Store, Nova Scotia's premier curling store, and they are located in Halifax. I know they come down every couple of years and put on a little, what would you call it? A satellite booth here at
yeah,
Sydney
pop-up
Curling Club.
store.
Pop-up store. That's the term. And they really are the go-to spot for anything curling related in Nova Scotia. So if you're looking for anything for your curling needs, definitely check them out. They're located in the HRM. And I've personally spent a little too much money there recently, but not because the prices were overpriced, but because I needed a lot of curling equipment. So, what do you think they're thinking here? Andy's putting the ice about a rock outside of that red.
I think unless it looks like they wanted to come in.
Are they trying to go for the double here?
Maybe I don't know. I don't know how that ice is for the double.
Yeah, it would have to be precise. Even
Unless
if
they
they're
just want to
throwing
run it
lighter weight.
into it.
Yeah, if they're throwing lighter weight and just tapping them both back, that could work. See what kind of weight Sharon's throwing here. We were talking earlier about how Sharon likes to get quite low to the ice. She's got a near Manitoba Tuck style delivery there.
Yeah.
One of the only ones at the Sydney Curling Club.
So yeah, well, we'll be able to determine based on how much weight she comes out of the hack with. So I think with the ice, it looks like it might be she's trying to. Oh, looks like she came out pretty hot.
Yeah, that's
Looks like bit
it's a bit
outside.
outside. They're hoping it catches a little curl here and maybe picks one of them.
I don't know if it's gonna come over. And oh, looks like it's going just enough.
Gonna get the top
Ooh.
one, roll out.
That's not terrible. It gets it out there and it opens up a bit. I don't know if that's what they.
Yeah, that's
were
right. They
looking
can
for,
they can hope for a miss here, and then they'll still have a good shot at 2 if things go their way. It looks like they're taking similar ice. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're trying the same shot, that red onto the blue, or if they're going to try to draw another one in to the top. They likely are going the same thing that they did before.
I think
there,
so,
and
yeah.
trying
I
to
think-
draw into the top 4, top 8, guarding that one in the back 4.
Yeah, I think that it's well. They're taking pretty much the same ice as they took, so I think it's just sort of a where the broom is kind of throwing us off. But
Yeah, and once again, they were very quick to put down the broom, so it's
Yeah.
almost like they've rehearsed this shot in practice a few times. Both final skip shots, they were ready to go with this shot. They had it in the bag. Looks like this
Ooh,
one might
one's
come up a little
coming
bit
up
light.
quite a bit light, I think.
Will it guard a little bit of that red? It will, so it's going to make things a little bit tricky for Sharon, but she's going to have a nice shot to come around those guards and tap out that red for 2.
Yeah, I think she has the space, I think, to come around, and as long as she's able to get onto it, I think she's pushing it out, so she'll be getting at least 1, I think, if she's able to get to it.
Yeah, and I think they're going to play things a little conservative here and take a fair amount of ice and just try to maybe bump it out with a little more than backline weight.
Yeah.
Something
And
like
at
that.
worst, if she can, she'll try and draw for full 4 and draw for 1, but I think her...
Yeah, and she's got that back in there if she's really light, so let's see how it plays out here. She'd really like to score 2, having given up the big first end of 4.
Yeah, she really wants to bring her team back into this game. This is... They're on. I think it might need
They're
a
on
little bit on
it
it.
looks more like draw weight than take out weight for sure. I think they got to go a little bit, and they are.
They're going. They don't want to take it too far, though. They want to make sure it gets over and at least gets onto
maybe
the
it
red.
will actually get a decent bump, but I don't think
it's
it'll
gonna-
go far enough for the 2. But it's a nice shot to cut
Nice
them
shot.
down and get the 1.
Force a 1 there, but she's on the board and get some momentum going in her favor now.
She chooses to live another day and try to score a big one, maybe in an end or 2. Maybe she gets a steal here of 1 or 2, and she's right back in the game. Or maybe she gets a force, and she's able to try to put together a big end in the 3rd of the 4th.
Some updates from other games across the ice. We have on sheet 2, Team Barrick versus Team Prince. Barrick scored 3 in the first, so they're up 3-0. On sheet 3, Team Mark McNamara. They're playing Team Travis Stone, and Team Stone scored 1 in the first, so they're up 1-0
Big
against.
rivalry there.
Yeah,
They
big
are,
rivalry. Teammates. They're
longtime teammates.
Yep.
They've had quite a bit of success together, so we'll see how that plays out against each other.
And sheet 4, which is Team McNamara versus Team Drover. Team Drover scored 1 there in the first, so they're up 1-0. So a lot of close games going on. So pretty good competitions going on.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a lot of rocks in the houses of the other sheet, so we'll see if there's some big scores going on here.
I think they're just trying to come put a guard up. Ooh, is this? Oh, I think it's gonna make it. Yep.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a piece of the center line there, but it doesn't look like it's going to quite. It's hard to tell from this angle.
It is hard to tell. I don't think it is. I think it's just off center, but never know.
It's all right, though. So Team Edwards is going to try to come around this somewhere into the middle of the ice. So again, this is Christina Edwards throwing lead stones.
Yeah. Let's see how this goes now.
They're not sweeping this one. It looks like it may be a little bit heavy. They're hoping that it catches a little bit.
Looks like they're down to only 3 people. They lose someone?
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Jenna was up ready to sweep that by herself. We'll see if there's a...
Maybe came in to get a drink at the bar or something.
That's possible. Hopefully no injuries or anything like that. I didn't see anything like that go down. It's probably more likely that they came in to get some refreshments.
Especially I know A&D last night was kind of went AWOL for a little bit there, and they weren't really sure if he was going to come back to the ice. Even Sharon was thinking they lost him, but he made it back out in time.
They kept their faith in him, and it paid off.
I don't know if they did keep their faith. I think they lost faith,
Maybe
and then
they
all of a
lost
sudden he
faith.
was back. So, but so who knows? Maybe he'll be back. We'll see. Although I don't see him in the club. Although it's the same situation with Andy last night. None of us, we thought he actually left, and all of a sudden he appeared. So,
Yeah, so Sharon likes that. They got one down there covering the pin, I think, and it's partially buried behind that long guard there, so they're looking pretty good. Team Phillips has the hammer here, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Sorry, no, actually
No.
Sharon has the hammer.
Nope, Sharon doesn't have the hammer. Edwards has the hammers.
Yes, you're right. Did they mark this?
They marked the
they
score
marked the
wrong.
score wrong.
Yep, they marked the score wrong.
I knew that felt a little bit odd, but they'll fix that up.
Yep. Yeah. That was yeah. So we have our scoreboard here on the stream for what it is, but yeah, on the back wall they have the score marked, and I guess Sharon wanted to be generous and gave her points to the other team on the scoreboard back there, but.
Yeah, she wasn't happy with the one there, so she maybe wanted to give it to the other team and maybe see if they didn't notice and see if she could maybe grab the hammer or something like that.
I think that might be it. That might be what was going through her mind. But we'll see here. Let's see Kathleen here now going for her shot. I think they're just...
Yeah, so they're taking ice to maybe take this out with a light takeout weight, maybe like a board. See what they're
That's what it looks like to me, although I wonder if they don't jam against that back one, depending on how far it curls. No, they're pretty far out. They'd be hard-pressed to jam it right now. Ooh, still got to come over it.
Looking a little heavy outside.
Ooh. Okay. They stuck around. They didn't... it does push that a bit more buried under that, that guard. It's a high guard, though, so it's pretty exposed.
I think it's still accessible, and they may even... If it pushed it far enough, the lightweight double on that other back red may be there. And they're going to try to maybe take that away with a guard.
Yeah, I think that's what... Yep, that's what it seems like he's looking for, so...
Okay, so we have Wally McDonald here throwing second stones for Team Edwards. Looking to throw up a guard somewhere in the top of the house, tight guard. Anywhere covering that red is really good.
It looks like it's going to wreck on that top guard, though.
It may get a little bounce off and be okay. It's looking like it's doing the job.
Yep.
I don't know if they'll take on that hole there. That's pretty ambitious.
Small port to come through, but we'll see if Sharon likes it. I think she might. I think that's what she might be looking at it. I think
she may be.
I don't think there's any other way to hit it other than coming through that port. So
yeah, Sharon's not afraid of a little bit of risk. She's known to take on some hard shots, and you know what? I don't mind this call because even if they don't get through the port, they're likely to peel one of those guards and open it up for another shot.
Exactly. Yeah, I think she has a lot of trust in Kathleen here to make the shot. So yeah, and like you said, if she's outside or inside a little bit, she'll hit something and open it up. So
they're sweeping it out of her hand.
Hard. I like the line right now. It doesn't look like it's moving
really
too
hard.
much.
I think
it's starting to
go.
There. Yeah, it started to go.
She did get it thin enough to roll across and open up the lane to that red. So
so it's open.
So all in all, that's not a bad plan B.
Yeah, that shot is there, although
they may try to replace that, but maybe they don't make a perfect guard and they're able to access that red. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he's going to try and throw another guard up and take away that shot again, but maybe this time it'll be a bigger port, or who knows? See how this goes. Maybe we'll put it exactly in line and there won't be a hit at all, but
let's see what Wally does with this second stone here of his. They're sweeping a little bit out of his hand. Maybe they think it's a little bit light.
I think it may have been a bit inside as well.
Yeah, the weight looks okay. Maybe they're thinking it's inside. Okay, they're getting off it.
They're getting off it now. It's starting
looks like it may be overcurling again. They're hoping for maybe another little bounce off those blues.
Just a little kiss.
Just by a hair. He almost got the little rub off, so.
I think that that hit's definitely there now.
Yeah, that red's probably making it a little bit tougher, but I believe, especially with a controlled weight, that should be there now.
And I think especially here, now they have the opportunity where as long as they don't wreck on the top red, they'll probably kick it out, even if they're a little outside.
Yeah, even if they don't stick around, they'll likely kick it out. And I can't see from here whether the blue in the back would be out counting the red in the back 12-foot if they do kick this out.
Yeah, it's tough to tell. They're both right at that spot where it's right on the edge, so maybe close call.
Yeah, we may get a hint at it by what the skips plan to do.
Sweepers are on it.
Should that happen.
Looks like this might be over curling a bit. It might actually want it to curl this much, though, because that way they can kick it out the left side.
Yeah, it may flash altogether, though. There's a lot of curl on that side. There's a few rocks in a row that have really curled down.
Yeah.
That one was more of a hack board weight and still caught the curl, and it over curled the inside.
All right, looks like they're going to go.
Well, we've
Throw
seen
that
this
guard
script
up
before.
again. Yeah.
Let's see if we can make it perfect this time.
Third time's the charm.
So Jenna McClellan here, the as Sebastian was saying, the super spare is coming in tonight. There's 2 super spares on the ice tonight. Benito De Lorenzo, our GM and longtime ice technician at various rinks, is on sheet number 3 there, and he's in a close match against Team Stone. Is he playing with Team Mark McNamara?
No, I think he's actually sparing on Team Stone.
Okay, so I stand corrected. And that game is going to be a tight rivalry. I see we have Emma McNamara throwing stones in that right now, which is, of course, Mark's wife. And I'm sure they have a couple of kids around here somewhere watching and being proud of mom and dad out there. So we have Andy Pike here. He's going to take on this red. It looks like they did make that guard pretty close to exactly where they wanted it.
Yeah. I think they finally got it where they see. This looks like it's going to be a tad outside. He's just going to miss.
Yeah.
Some tough luck there for Sharon there, but
yeah, a little outside, and it just had enough weight that there was no real chance to get it to curl back in. But Team Edwards is going to put up another guard, and really respecting that that red in the forefoot. They really want to get that one on the board, put it in the bank. They're up 4-1. They don't need a huge end. They would like to convert here for a solid 2, maybe 3. This is looking a little out there, maybe a little bit heavy. It doesn't look too heavy. It's going to stick around for sure. It's not the guard they wanted, but they may actually get a nice tap on the inside.
It's a little.
That changes things a little bit. There's a couple options now for Sharon. We'll see what she tries to cook up here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what she goes for. I think if she wanted to, I think she can try and double out those reds and stick around. She's able to hit it at the right angle, but I don't know what.
Yeah, that's right. And while we get ready for Team Edwards to make the shot here, you can see on your screen we have another one of our sponsors up there, which is the Whale House. They're a bistro in Sydney run by the Multicultural Association. They do coffee from 8 to 2 p.m. and mini rockets on the weekend. Mini markets, on the weekend. I don't know what mini rockets are, but I'm intrigued.
A smaller version of those little Halloween candies.
That's right.
Individual ones.
Yeah, and it looks like Sharon's having a good think about this one.
I think she's now looking at drawing around. I think that's what she's going to go for. I think she's going to go try and come around the other way and get underneath there.
Yeah. And what do you think of this call? I don't mind this call, seeing as there's a lot of reds in the house.
Yeah, I don't mind it because if she's able to get it, and I mean, I don't know how the ice hasn't been over the weekend. It's been curling a lot, but it's been sort of straightening out these last couple games.
Yeah, and if she wasn't behind early, she may try to get rid of some reds here and play this a little bit differently. But where she really wants to make a steal or at least not give up a big end, she's going to try to tuck one in there. And if she does, it's going to be really hard to get to because there's 3 center guards and there's 3 reds in the house.
Yeah.
So at the very worst, she gives up like a short run back or something like that. But
it looks like they've changed their mind and they're going for the double.
Okay. Maybe they're listening to the stream and they've changed their mind.
I like the double. I think they go for it because it gets some of those reds out. And I think, now, that being said, she could perfectly flash right through that port. But if she hits one of them, I think she sticks around. Because if she hits one, I think she's jamming on the other. But
yeah, even if she doesn't make this double, as long as the blue sticks around in the house, there's many opportunities for a jam there. And it may even cut them down to, scoring 1 or 2.
So they're not sweeping. So, okay, now they're going on it.
Well, maybe they're going to get the outside one and come in.
Oh,
wow.
The one thing she didn't want to happen. That's tough. That's a tough one to take.
Yeah, she didn't quite cleanly go through that port. She even got a little piece, but it wasn't enough to move the other red far enough.
Yeah.
So it looks like Team Edwards is still sitting at least 3,
Yeah, I think
possibly 4. Can't really see which stone is out counting each other in the 12-foot there at the back of the house.
I think they're just going to throw a guard up in sort of top 12 there and try and make the draw a lot harder for Sharon by the looks of it. I think that's the that's a slightly old replay.
Just a flashback to a little earlier in the game. A tough memory on a little bit of an aired hit there. So it looks like they've got the broom way out in the 12-foot. They're going to try to...
Yeah, I think they're putting a guard up here. I think they're trying to guard up the draw and make it block Sharon from really doing
so
much.
if they make this into the top of the house or a tight guard, Sharon may have to try to take on a hit on the other side again. And Team Edwards is thinking if she maybe misses it by a little bit, they can take it out, or they can have a chance at another big end, which would really put them ahead in this game. So,
yeah, it'd be if they can get quite a few points here, it'd really make it tough for Sharon to.
Yeah, so this is actually looking not like a guard, but
No.
it's going to be in the back portion of the house.
Considering the ice, I think
It's going to be shot stone.
Yeah, I think that was a bit heavier than they wanted. I think with how much ice they had given themselves, I think they wanted to. I think they were looking for top 12 to try and narrow down anything that Sharon could do. But
Yeah, and I don't know if they were inside the broom there or if they caught a lot more curl than they
Yeah.
expected, but it came all the way across the center line. They had the broom way out in the 12-foot there. So
that's sort of pretty useful for Sharon now because she can now come in and freeze right to that and make it pretty tough for Edwards to convert this now.
exactly, and she's just seen the shot been made, so it's a little bit easier to follow up a shot and just chase a rock down the ice that's just been thrown. You can see what ice they took and what line the rock was on, how much it curled, how fast the ice was. So she's seen that now, and she's going to try to replicate what Philip Edwards just did.
Let's see. There's Coach coming up, getting ready to throw to the hack now.
Okay.
All right, sweepers are on it. I think they might think she's a little light.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure that they get this one into
They may be a bit tight too.
position here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's really curling.
Pretty tight. Ooh, that's tough. That's a rough one.
Yeah, she was just maybe a little light and inside there, or they didn't take quite enough ice.
Yeah.
I know Philip's shot definitely had a little bit more weight than that, so
Yeah.
it was able to get around the guards. But unfortunately, Sharon's shot wrecks on the top guards there.
Yeah.
So Philip's going to have a shot here for big end.
Yeah, I think going to have a draw here for a draw for at least 5, maybe a draw for 6. We can't really tell with those back ones. It's tough angle. They're both right on the edge, so it'll be tough to see. I'm leaning towards blue being closer, but
Yeah, me too.
you never know, especially with these camera angles. But now they're on this a lot. They must think that it needs it. Yeah,
It does look a little light, but I think they may
it's
get
there.
it there.
It's
yeah.
there.
Yeah, it looks good, actually. All right, so they make that. So that looks like 5 or 6. They may have a little talk over the ones in the back 12-foot, or maybe they've already figured out which one is closer.
Yeah,
We'll
I think-
see here on the scoreboard.
Must be pretty obvious, or a lot more obvious to them than it is to us.
Yeah, we have a bit of a difficult angle onto. We don't have a perfectly square angle onto the sheet, so it's a little bit hard for the commentators here to see the line and which rocks are counting which.
Well, we'll see here
We'll
what
see.
they're about
Jenna
to say.
Cullen's going to put up the score.
And it was 5.
Ooh,
So
it was 5. Okay.
it was. All right, I'm going to hand off back to Sebastian. He's back from his extended break, and I'll let him join back in.
All right, so Team Edwards had another big end there. It's going to be a bit of a journey for Sharon's team to come back. We'll see if they're up to the challenge. I think Sharon has a big end in her yet. I don't think the story is quite over.
Yeah. Hi, I'm back. And it's 9-1. I blink and suddenly it's 9-1. Oh boy.
That just shows you how quick things can happen in this game.
Yeah, in my mind, it was barely a second. As I watch another sheet right now, this is an interesting play by Mark McNamara, doubling out his own.
Yeah, it may be a good time to get a little update on the other sheets that are in play now. It looks like on sheet 2, we have Team Barrick against Team Prince. Barrick is up 7-2 in that one. Then we have Team McNamara versus Team Stone, and it looks like Team Stone is edging out a 3-2 advantage right now in that one. And then we have Team McNamara versus Team Drover, and it looks like they're locked at 1. So
Dead heat.
some close games.
It's still in the third end over there. They are. Remember, they had that controversy.
That's right. That
their
may have
giant meeting.
that may have slowed things down a little bit.
Yeah. So we're watching here. Blue Team Wong has hammer. They're looking to get something going here. So trying to freeze, I guess. Let's
Yeah,
see
it
if they
looks
can freeze.
little heavy.
And, oh no. That's too bad.
Okay, not exactly where they wanted that one, but Team Edwards is going to try to put one up in the top of the house, guarding that red that they have that's on the back of the button.
Yeah.
So far, Team Edwards has been getting at least one stone in a really good spot and being able to just throw up some guards. So they're getting the guard weight down nicely now.
Yes, yeah, they are. And it looks like they're trying to put this one in, but it might be a little light, Matt.
Yeah, light is okay though. I think it's pretty
Oh,
close.
never mind. Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm hallucinating.
Well, they were sweeping it pretty hard, but it looks like this is almost exactly where the skip was looking to put the rock. So
yeah, great
well
shot
done
there
there
by Christina. Her father would be proud, and I think he is because he's playing this game.
he very well may be. I think he got a good look at that one.
Yeah. We look now. There might be a sheet update coming soon. Oh no, this game's still far behind this sheet 4 game. So that was fake news by me. So the long way to go in some of these games. Is Sharon trying to freeze here, Matt?
It looks that way. I think I like that call if that's what they're doing. The weight on this, they're not sweeping it. It looks like it may be a hair heavy. They're hoping it slows down a little bit.
Yeah. Here it goes. It's going fast through.
So very similar to their last shot there, just a tiny bit heavier. And
Yeah.
they do have 2 stones in the house if they can ever move those reds and get into a better situation.
Yeah, but Philip's just going to keep piling them in, so they're going to need to move more and more granite as this end goes on, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But they might be setting up a big end for themselves, and maybe they're hoping they get 4, right, Matt?
That's right. And on that note, we have another one of our sponsors on the screen there, which is the Lakes Resort at Benyon. I'm sure everyone knows this sponsor. They support the club quite a bit here.
Yes.
They have a 4 in the 4th event, which goes on all year long, where if you score 4 points in the 4th end, you go into a draw to win some tee times.
But not today. It's not just a draw. Any team that's streamed and gets 4 in the 4th end will automatically get passes to the lakes this summer. So that's pretty awesome.
That's right. So they will be hotly contesting, trying to get 4 in this end to see if they can get onto the links this year.
Yes.
The
links.
The pro for the Lakes is Wes, and he plays here at the club.
You play with him, don't you?
I do play with him. I started playing with him on Team Ferguson this year a little bit.
And how's Team Ferguson doing?
Well, we did go to the Tier 3 provincials
Yes.
this year, and we made it into the playoffs, so it was
Wow.
pretty good. We have a few of us are on the newer side for as
Yeah.
far as curling goes, so we were pretty happy with the result.
No, that's great. Playoffs in a first provincial is always a goal. But no, that's good. And thank you again to the Lakes for sponsoring this 4th end.
Yeah, we have quite a few curlers who also play golf. It seems like that's a bit of a crossover sport for curling.
Yeah.
There's even a lot of clubs I see in different provinces that have kind of a curling and golf country club kind of mix to them.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be the Lakes Golf and Country and Curling Club eventually.
That is
oh
certainly on
no,
the
this
table.
is a jam.
Oh, it was very
dear.
close to being really nice too.
That blue might have stuck around though. It doesn't look in from our perspective, but usually, like if it's that close, it might mean that it is actually hanging around.
Yeah, I bet if you got your head right over that rock looking straight down, you might be biting a little piece of the green there. So.
Yeah. Just need to squint a little, like go cross-eyed a bit, and that's in.
And this is kind of what Sharon needs.
Yeah.
They need a bit of
Junk.
a messy end with junk around, things sticking around the house. Maybe they can make a really nice shot late in the end and clear out the reds and score a big end to try to get back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. You might be able to hear the crowd behind this. It's a very rowdy crowd. They're getting ready for the music tonight. And sorry, I'm just looking at the comments, and Travis Stone, who's playing on sheet 3, just commented, who's that amazing skip with the blue hat on sheet 3? And that is Mark McNamara. Mark McNamara wearing the blue hat on sheet 3. He is so good at curling, and he's playing one of the most streaky curlers at the Sydney Curling Club in Travis Stone. Travis is one of the least consistent curlers here. He's a French native, grew up in La Lorraine, France. And he moved here, I believe, 7 years ago, and he's been all over the place for curling.
And it seems like his inconsistency may be owed a little bit to his focus out on the ice. As you can see, clearly he's on his cell phone while playing.
Yeah, and commenting about the other skip being amazing. So that's pretty absurd by Travis Stone. And here we go.
Who knows?
Team
Maybe
Wong
it's a
trying to
head
get one
game
in.
tactic.
Look at this shot map. This is, I don't think, what they intended, but this will work pretty
This
good.
is a pretty good result. They're going to move that red out of the way a little bit. They're going to roll on top of the other red. They would like it to be a little closer maybe to that red near the center line to take away the clean hit on this, but there's a decent chance of a jam there if they try to take this out, and things may be looking up a little bit.
And it looks like Philip Edwards isn't trying to hit any of these blues out. He's just putting another one in.
Yeah, which I don't hate that call from Team Edwards. The more you get in there, the harder it is for blue at the end to get enough out to make those ones out on the wing count for a big end.
We just had a provincial champion, Mike Garden, comment provincial champion, I guess to let us know that he's a provincial champion. So that's pretty selfish of you, Mike. I'm not sure why you commented that, but I guess you just want to let people know. So congrats to Mike Garden, provincial champion this year.
Yeah, I think he just wanted a little pat on the back, and I think he earned it because, provincial champion is not an easy thing to come by, and it's actually 2 years in a row now that the Sydney Curling Club has taken the provincial championship at the provincial club championships, which is great. It's really looking up for Sydney Curling Club.
Yes, I heard that skip Mark McNamara took them to a provincial victory last year, right?
Yeah, I think it might have been Mark McNamara skipping, and yeah, they played phenomenal. They even went away to the national championship, which Michael Garden's team will be doing, and I think there's another person in the building who's on that team as well.
Right, Nolan Drover.
That's right.
Nolan Drover's on sheet number 4.
Right. Nolan will also be going to the national championship. I don't think it's announced where that will be yet,
Winnipeg.
Is it? Oh, it's going to be in Winnipeg. Okay, so Manitoba. Maybe we'll see lots of Manitoba tucked down there, just like Sharon's trying to put on sheet 1 here.
Yeah, as we focus now, I guess, on our game a little bit. Mike Garden said he put that team on my back. Well, we're letting Nolan know about that, Mike. Jeez. Somebody thinks highly of himself. Oh, boy.
Yeah, so it looks like Jenna's second stone here is going to be a guard.
Yeah, this will be a good guard, too, and Team Wong is going to struggle now.
Yeah, that's
rocks
well
everywhere,
placed.
but not good rocks for them.
Yeah, so we'll see what they try to do here. She's got a couple of options, maybe tapping one of those blues back. Looks like that's what she's interested in. She's seeing how much they can see of that blue rock from the hack, I believe. And Andy's trying to let her know with some kind of broom signal there. Maybe they have an internal team methodology of
I think
determining.
so. They have some code, some moral code.
Some moral code and some
Morse code. and
Maybe some C++.
yeah, a lot of code. Well, speaking of C++, I think a lot of games are coded in C++, and I think there's a lot of Sharon's gamer friends. She gave them a shout out on the mic last night. Sadly, we don't have any mics on the skips tonight as they're being charged right now for the future games. But I'd like to give a shout out to those guys who were watching her last night and giving her support. I see a couple familiar usernames in the chat, so I believe they might be watching again tonight. So shout out to them. And I hope you like your C++ games and that type of code.
Yeah, they've got lots of types of code, and there seems to be lots of support for Team Wong, looking for the comeback here in chat, and I'm sure around the world as viewers are tuning into this.
I looked briefly on YouTube, and there was about 1,476 people watching.
And that's about par for the course for us. I mean, as we grow, I think we've dipped into the tens of thousands a couple of times, but...
and I think we're going to have a sheet update now. Sheet number 4, last rock incoming. Thomas Drover is red. He's sitting at least just one, I think. Just one. And this is possibly a draw. There's a ton of guards out front. You can't see them on this screen, but ton of guards out front. Trying to draw in now.
Straight.
Trying to
get around that top blue guard just off your screen.
And he taps for 2. There we go.
Okay, he's going to make the tap for 2. And you can't see it on the screen, but there was a lot of guards out front making a straight draw difficult. So that's why they elected for the tap there, and it was pretty well executed.
Yeah, so Thomas Drover, 3. And Mike McNamara skipped by Stephen Leslie, 1 after 3.
So we have another guard that's gone up here by Team Edwards, and the house is looking pretty blocked off on the left-hand side of the screen. We'll see if they try to raise one of their blue stones here on the right.
We have a curler on another sheet who is looking for a drink. He is looking for a drink, and another curler shooing away kids. This is a family affair here.
Yeah, we've got people of all ages in here, and it's quite the environment in here. There's a lot of excitement going on. There's going to be music starting sometime shortly. I don't know if that's going on at 8 o'clock or a little bit later.
I think it was 8. It was either, it might be 9. I think 9 tonight. 9 tonight, we're being told. And if you want to listen to Andre Petipa later, I'd highly recommend coming down. I've listened to him a couple times, and he's a fantastic performer. And we'll put on quite a good show for us tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times, as I mentioned earlier, with his band. They play some really good stuff, so pretty excited to get the music going tonight. Second night in a row at live music here at the Coldstream Mixed Spiel. Pretty cool environment to close out the year. We do have one more tournament after this, which is a bit of a Ice Makers special.
Ooh. Yeah, so the Ice Makers Revenge, where Benito De Lorenzo, our ice maker, he'll be trying to mess up the ice here at the club, and trying to mess up the ice at the club and trick all of the curlers on the ice.
Yeah, so we'll see what he tries to do there. Have we done one like that here at the club before?
We have not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
So he'll try to make some spots, maybe curl a lot more than usual, maybe be straight on one side. Maybe there's going to be some sloped ice. We'll see. Might be like an obstacle course out there.
Sorry, we have an intruder in the streaming area right now.
Intruder alert. She just looks so glued to this game that she wants to get as close as possible to get a good eye.
If the feed cuts out or if the volume goes low or something, just know that it's an unexpected occurrence and we'll fix it shortly.
That's right. So we see Sharon trying to make something happen here.
And it looks like it needs to curl a bit, but if she gets contact with this blue, tap.
Oh,
no, it goes right
unlucky.
through the rocks.
Very unlucky.
Oh, dear. I don't think, Sharon, I feel so bad.
I feel really bad for that. Look at her out there. She's just
distraught.
flabbergasted.
She's distraught, sliding down with a smile on her face.
Yeah, I mean, she made a really good attempt there, and there's not much else you can do. She had to move 2 rocks there and get the weight just right and the angles just right.
Let's watch this replay of another shot. So that's a draw there.
That was a draw there. Earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Well executed, though, right on the tee line.
Great drop by Team Edwards.
And as you can even see on the other sheet here that's in view, there's quite a messy end going on. That is a lot of rocks in play, and that center line is absolutely jammed with rocks.
Yes.
It looks like it might have been a score of
Three for red.
Three for
and that's
red.
Mike Prince doing the comeback now. The Prince of Miramichi, we call him.
Yes, so keep an eye on the Prince of Miramichi there on the comeback. It looks like he's made it back to 7-5, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right, Matt.
Going into the fifth end. So he's got some time to close that gap even further and maybe get ahead in that one.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that game.
Looks like another guard's gone up by Team Phillips here. Edwards, sorry, Team Edwards.
Yes, yeah. Well,
Philip Edwards. So
Philip
Team
Edwards.
Philip.
Yeah. I'm sure the viewers understood.
Yeah, they knew what I was getting at there.
Yeah, subconsciously they knew.
So what do you think Sharon tries to do here? Does she try to raise one of the
don't
blues and go for
know.
one? Does she? It's looking tough on that right side to get the angles just right.
That blue on the left, you probably can see enough of it that if you can angle it to the button, you... Yeah, so like I think it's the one she's going after now on that
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
Unfortunately, she'd like to score more than one here, but I don't see a lot of options to get
I
two or
think she'd
three.
be quite happy scoring one here. It's so tough to try to score more.
Yeah, and it looks like she's throwing against three as things stand.
Yeah.
So she would definitely like to get away with one and maybe save the comeback for another end and
Yeah, and
stay
it's-
alive in this one.
It's a little sad because Team Wong honestly hasn't been curling bad. It's just that it seems every time they have like a 50-50 chance of something going wrong or right, it goes wrong for them. Like the last shot, like they're again not throwing bad, they're not missing by much, but they're just always slightly missing the wrong way rather than making it the right way.
And sometimes that's just how this game works.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
why they call it
things aren't going
curling.
your way. That's right.
So Sharon Wong now sliding out, last rock of end number 4. Here she goes. Blue rock shooting against 3, trying to do a tap.
They're sweeping it a little bit, trying to keep it out there for now. Maybe keeping a close eye on the line.
Yeah, it looks
The
a
weight
little
looks-
light maybe. It's curling a lot. You need to get
It
this
looks
angle.
close.
You need to get this angle. Does she have it?
I think
Does
the
she
weight's
have
pretty
it?
good.
Enough to cut them down by 1, but that's still a steal of 1 by red.
It's a great shot, though.
10-1 Edwards after 4.
It's a great shot against 3 to cut them down to 1 and keep the hammer. Maybe she can hope for a really
Yeah,
big end
and that's
here.
handshakes.
Okay, that's
we have
handshakes.
handshakes from Team Wong. So this
Things
game
just
is
didn't
over.
go their way tonight. They
Yeah.
didn't curl poorly, but they got behind and were chasing the whole game. and
Yeah.
Things didn't quite go their way.
Yeah, and I think we might jump over to another sheet here. Are we jumping over to a sheet? We're jumping over to sheet number 2. So stay with us. We'll be changing around the cameras as we jump over to another sheet. And this will be Team Barrick against Team Michael Prince. Barrick is up 7-5 right now, and we're going into the 5th end here.
That's right, against the Prince of Miramichi. And we just gave you a bit
yes.
of an update, 7-5. Michael Prince was able to score 3 in that last end and 2 in the end before. So Barrick was actually up 7-0, and now it is 7-5. So it is a new game.
Yeah.
And then as a bit of an update on the other sheets, it looks like that mind game by Travis Stone in the chat while playing may have worked a little bit because he did get a steal of 1 in the
No
4th
way.
end to go ahead 4-2
Wow.
against Mark McNamara.
That's wild.
And then it looks like Team Drover scored 2 with the hammer in the 3rd end against Team McNamara. And they're up 3-1 on sheet 4.
Nice. Yeah, so some good games. We'll be updating you on all these sheets. And we will be heading over to sheet number 2. You can see now sheet. Yeah, this is sheet number 2. Here we go. We're here. So the Island Folk sheet. You can see Simon Barrick's Lion 1 in the 12-foot here. Lion 1 in the 12-foot. Yeah, so sorry, we're having a little change around. This is a very chaotic situation here at the Sydney Curling Club. There's so many people that it's tough to properly manage. But anyway, sheet number 2. Here we go. Simon Barrick throw in. We have Robin Nathanson, the second for Simon, who just threw a threw a shot. I'm being. What's happening? Sorry. My producer's gesturing wildly at me to give him a sheet. Okay, we're back. Okay, Robert Mitchell now, second for team Michael Prince. He's going for this hit. This is his second rock at the end, so there's going to be 4 rocks left for their team, 5 rocks left for team Barrick. We'll begin the scoreboard up shortly. And that's a good roll there by Robert Mitchell. Tried to roll behind those guards and does get a small roll. He's second shot, but Robin Nathanson, second, a superstar on the ice. He's gonna want to get rid of this red one and possibly get a roll, and so that team blue is lying 2, kind of buried. So we'll see how well this shot does. So that's a just straight nose there, which leaves now the mate for Mike Prince, Cynthia Boutlier, who is somewhere. She is, here she is. She was getting her stabilizer. So she's coming to throw now. She's a lefty and throw in, and she's looking now to do that roll under, I think. Yeah, this must be ice for the hit, I'm assuming, but it could be the draw too. I'm a little unsure, as my co-commentator Matt is back. He is back. So how you doing, Matt?
All right. What did I miss, Sebastian? Give me a little recap.
You missed a couple like noses and stuff, and now Cynthia is going to be inside and wrecking on this guard, I think.
Okay, is she going to get enough curl to make this usable? No, it looks like it's just going to peel it a little bit.
Yeah.
And open up the end.
It blocks off the other one too. Well, that's not ideal. I guess that looking at the not overhead shot, that blue one on the in the 12-foot on the in the top of the house is actually pretty much fully exposed.
Yeah, from the hack, it looks like you can see maybe all of it. So.
Yeah, and looks like Simon wants to freeze one on top of there now.
Okay, interesting call. See if they can execute this. If they're a little bit heavy and they tap it back, that might be okay. If they're a little bit light and they guard it, that's also okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
There's some options with this.
Danielle McLaren, the mate for Team Barrick, she had a large fan base last night watching her game. She's a teacher at Beck, and I believe a lot of her students were watching. I hope they subscribed and are now watching now, Miss McLaren playing, but I do kind of doubt they're watching since there wasn't supposed to be this game that was broadcast.
That's awesome, and I heard that we had some juniors from Beck come out not too long ago, maybe last week, and they played some curling for the first time, and they really enjoyed it, so maybe we'll get a team even
a Beck team.
from Beck.
That'd be great.
Yeah, in the high school playoffs next year.
Yeah, it looks like Mike Prince is calling for this draw again. This looks like a tough draw now with those 2 guards. It's a tough port.
Yeah, we'll see if Sharon can.
Sharon,
Sharon, I'm still stuck on the last game.
Yeah.
We'll see if Cynthia can navigate this port here and get one buried. If she does make this shot well, then it's going to be really hard to get out of there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. Liz Yelchin says, "Go Beck." She's now watching. Earlier, she was wondering how far behind everything was going, and I was pretty mad at her for not watching the stream to figure that out herself. But it looks like she got the message, and now she's watching. As Cynthia Boutlier does a fantastic draw. Does it stay for shot? It does, Matt.
Does.
Look at
really
that.
Really well done.
Cynthia.
Really well done.
Cynthia, the crazy curler
Yeah.
from North. I couldn't think of another rhyme, but Cynthia, the crazy curler. There we go.
Yeah, she's got that soft C, so you can't quite just
Yeah.
say Cynthia Curler for the alliteration. But
Yeah, it's
she
tough.
is a bit of a crazy curler. Sometimes she gets on a hot streak, and it's hard to beat her sometimes when she's on. So she makes a really nice draw there through the hole. And I don't know if you can chase that. I mean, you can try to come down and freeze on it, but the hole's really small. It looks like Simon Barrick is thinking about a different plan here.
Yeah, Cynthia just ran into a post while walking down the ice. I don't know if you saw that.
I missed that.
But she dropped her stabilizer, but she's back on her feet now. Well, she didn't fall, but she's back walking as she gets down to the other end.
Yeah, and she looks no worse for wear there. She'll shake that off and be happy with the last shot that she made, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah. As Danielle's now trying to run back, I think. And a great delivery from her out of her hand. It looks really close.
Yeah, it looks
Needs
like
to
a
curl
smooth
a bit.
delivery.
It's not moving much, not moving much. And just peels it
Okay.
right through. It opens it up that red, though. So now Michael Prince is gonna need to make a decision what he wants to do. And I think he wants to put another one in there.
Okay, well, I mean, he's scored 5 in the last 2 ends, coming back from a 7-0 deficit. So
Yeah.
you can't fault him for trying to get aggressive here. He's liking the way things are going.
He's tasting it, and he wants it to rain purple on Simon Barrick's team here, Mr. Michael Prince. I need to add that to see if anyone gets the reference. I'm glad that a couple people are laughing.
I got the reference. I was just stuck on the fact that the red and blue stones would make purple if you overlap them translucently. So I got a little caught up there.
We'll say that I thought of that, too.
A little double meaning there.
Yeah.
From Sebastian. So we'll see if Michael's able to execute this draw.
The joke that keeps on giving. Here he goes, sliding out. So he's fine being light here as long as it's a nice guard. And this one's staying out there. Will it come over? Here it goes. They're sweeping it. They're sweeping it.
This is on a decent line. Let's see how the weight is. Okay, it looks a little light for the draw they wanted, but that's fine. Actually,
It's
he
light.
may get it
It's
in.
light. What are you doing? You're giving up.
Oh.
The sweeper said, no, we can't do this anymore.
Nope. They did get it to third shot, I believe.
Yes, thank
But,
God.
they were maybe Cynthia was a little tired from bumping into that
Mike
post
has
and
his
didn't
head
want
in
to,
his hands. He is
head down there.
beyond himself right now. Watching this.
Yeah, he looks a little disappointed in the team there, giving up on that one a little bit early, but maybe they knew that it wasn't going to quite get there and decided to just leave it where it was. And
Yeah, as Simon Barrick, Papa Bear, slides down the ice.
Papa Bear.
ready to make this hit. That's what they call him, I believe.
I think so. I was talking to him the other night, actually, and Simon grew up in Ontario, right?
Yes,
Playing
he did.
Curling in
Yeah.
Southern Ontario, and my longtime cousin Shane Latimer, who curls in the Briar and some of the big tournaments for Team Nunavut, Simon actually played against a little bit
Really?
growing up.
Small world.
Yeah, it's a very small world.
Yeah. Well, actually, fun fact about me, small world. So you'll see Simon, I believe that's the sweater. He has a Trent sweater on. He usually wears one. And there's a past member of this club who went to Trent, Derek Hutchison, who has watched some of our streams, and he curled with me for a season.
Really?
So, yeah.
And I think that's at Trent is where Simon got the nickname Papa Bear too.
Yes, you're right. You're right. That is.
Yeah, I think that's what they called him in the
Can we
in the
get
frat.
somebody's asking? Can we get a sheet update, please? I'm assuming you said go Mark go on another sheet, so I'm assuming you'd want a update on sheet number 3. I believe
we're getting the
it's
scores
still
passed over to us
4-2.
now.
So they are still in the 5th end. It's 4-2 for Team McNamara over Team Stone right now. So 4-2 McNamara over Stone in the 5th end.
That's right.
Actually, did they just get a point there, Devin? Did it just?
No, it looks like
Oh,
they're about
sorry.
to deliver one.
Yeah.
It looks like Team McNamara has 2 rocks in the house.
Yes.
Team Stone is going to have the hammer here. Is this the last shot? This is the last shot. So Team Stone's going to maybe try to make the double and either roll out for the blank or stick around for one. And we'll keep you updated what happens there.
Yeah. Mike Prince now trying to go for this hit. Here we go. Needs to curl a little bit, but if he gets by that top guard, this will look good. It needs to curl a little bit more. Does it curl? No, it doesn't.
no.
And ricochets, and he takes out his own, and now blue all of a sudden is line 3.
That was about as close as you can get. Maybe a hair up on the weight.
No way.
Wow, big turn of events there. So it looks like, unfortunately, Team Prince's scoring streak may be coming to an end here.
Yeah. And Simon Barrick is licking his lips.
Yeah, he likes what he's seeing here for this one. We'll see. We'll see what they're. It looks like they're just gonna. You think they're just drawing into the right side of the house there and trying to get into bite the 8 foot and make the.
Now he's drawing in this way, and
Okay.
I believe the reason they were looking at the other turn is he's probably a little nervous not to tap up Mike's red stone top 12.
Yeah, exactly. This way is a little bit riskier. It's probably a bit of an easier draw to get to scoring position, but also it also runs that risk of tapping that red in the top 12 foot back. And with draw weight, if he taps that red back, it could make it all the way into the 4 foot to score. So they're going to try to avoid that as best they can.
Reply in the chat. Thanks to Sharon's gamer friends for watching the first game of her life.
We'll let. So we have Sharon Wong here. Sharon Wong wants to send a message to our viewers. Sharon, what's up?
I just want to say thank you to my gamer friends for watching me curl the worst game of my life.
And we've seen Sharon curl amazing over the years, so we know she's telling the truth.
The 1 o'clock game, it was perfect.
Yeah, the 1 o'clock game was perfect, she said. She just doesn't do well on camera, I guess. She's camera shy.
Yeah,
but,
she did have plenty of support though, and a lot of team support behind her there, and we were really rooting for the comeback, but things just didn't go her way today.
Yeah, when you're down by 11, the comeback's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's not a sport where you can really come back from 11 down very often. Have you ever done that, Sebastian?
Not 11. Not 11. I would have shaken it long before 11. And is this over curling?
This is over curling. So it looks like they did switch their plan again to the original plan of drawing to the wing, which is the less risky shot, but it just over curled. So they'll take the 2, I believe, there.
3.
3?
Yeah, I think so. I believe it was 3 because I think Mike Prince had that unforced error where he ticked off his own and hit his own out, and then Simon was sitting 3 then.
Okay, I thought he jammed and was sitting in the top 8, and then Simon had the 2.
Maybe let's see a replay. Why don't you press the replay button?
Maybe we can recap that.
See what we have. Is that the right shot? Let's go. Here we go. It is. Look, it is. It's the right shot.
Yes, it
so
is. And
Blue
it looks like you were
3.
right. Yeah, he wasn't
Blue
in the 8 foot.
3.
He was in the 12 foot. And Blue
Look
was
at us
sitting
go.
3.
And forget everything I said about it maybe in the not right shot. We knew all along that's what we were going to see.
Yeah, and we saw.
One more time, Gracie. One more time. Let's watch it again.
Let's watch it again. That was a
that's a beautiful black screen. Here we go. It's it's another shot.
Another shot, but Robin had his head down.
Oh, there we
sweeping
go. There we go. Yeah, it's a great
there it
shot.
is.
Great shot. And by great shot, I mean not really, but
not great shot. Not what he wanted, but
great for
great
Simon.
replay.
Yeah, great. Yeah, replay
Made
is
for a great
fantastic.
Replay with Cynthia's post-shot
and, look,
reaction
even
there.
in the replay, you
coming
could see
into the
Mike
screen.
exasperated after the shot.
And in that replay, you could see over on sheet 3, Travis Stone standing behind his delivered rock. And if you might remember, he had a double to sit 1 or roll out for the blank. And do we have an update on what happened there on sheet 3?
Yeah, did Travis Stone blank or did he give up 1? One
for McNamara. So it looks like McNamara scored 1, which is going to make the score. Sorry, 5-2 McNamara. So
5-2 McNamara on sheet number 3. And we have Mike Garden commenting, producer Grace MVP. We have no Graces working this stream, but Grace McNutt does curl with me, and she is an MVP in this spiel. But we don't know. Oh, here we go. We're back. But yeah, producer Grace doesn't exist. Mike Garden might be confusing us with the TSN stream of the World Curling World Men's. I believe they have a producer Grace, right?
I think you're right. Yeah. And that's probably what he was thinking there.
It's easy to confuse these streams.
He really tunes into that kind of stuff. So
yeah. Anyway, back to our feature game here. We have Simon Barrick taking out a stone, maybe? Yeah, there's the stone.
To keep this one from overcurling.
It's going to overcurl. Oh, no, with a flash.
Goes right through the hole there.
Oh, dear me.
Dear me. Dear you. Just missed it.
Yeah. And we now have Mike Prince who needs to make a choice, and he's going to guard. Is that the right choice? I don't know. We shall find out in about 7 rocks. when we get to the end of this end. 14 rocks.
Yeah, that's right. It's a bit of a weird end to call when you're skipping, and there's only 2 rocks in the house. There's no guards up front. You need to score
you're
some
down
points.
5.
You're down 5.
Yeah, that's probably the most important point right now is down 5. Yeah, there goes the score right up on the board.
Now this looks pretty good for what they're looking for.
Yeah.
It's got to get over a little bit. I think it will get the finish.
Got to curl it a bit. There we go. Here it goes. Look at that rock.
Really good
what
finish
a
on that
beautiful
one.
shot there.
That is perfectly lined up as a guard. So they're happy with that. We'll see
And-
what Papa Bear counters with here.
Elizabeth Dielchin says, good job, Gracie. Nice replays. Yes, Gracie is one of the producers on this stream.
That must have been what Michael Garden was talking about.
Jeez, I didn't
a couple
understand
comments
that
ago.
reference.
Yeah, so thank you for Liz for clearing that up.
Yeah, and Gracie, a great job on the replay. She knows exactly what we want. And, yeah, she makes sure that you guys have the best viewing experience at home.
Okay, so
Is this a freeze now that Papa Bear's calling?
we're gonna find out. It looks like the ice of that looks maybe a little heavy for a freeze. I don't know. Let's see what how this plays out. They're not sweeping it. They're on it now.
Here it goes.
They may get a little bump here and maybe even roll in behind that blue. Ooh,
And
okay.
what a tick.
Okay, didn't curl as much as I thought. Little tick and sits on top of that red, so that is not bad.
Yeah, Robin Nathanson's a league normally, and he comes from the era of the tick shot, so he's used to these ticks.
Yeah, he practices those every Sunday, I think, for 3 hours in the morning. He just sets the rocks up and practices the tick shot over and over so that he can pull it out at times like this. And boy, did it pay off.
And this is a hit and roll they're trying, and the sweepers are on it immediately, pounding this rock. Oh boy, did they overcook it? They need to roll here. They can't set up a double.
It
Oh
might
my
overroll.
God, overroll. What's
They need to
happening?
pound it even harder.
Simon Barrick is sweeping this out, and oh dear.
That's really unfortunate.
Cynthia's pointing at her finger. It looks like did she break
Did she
her
break a
finger
nail?
there? Yeah, she might have.
Could also be a lingering
Illness.
or a lingering injury from when she bumped into that
Sorry,
pole there
injury
as
is the
well.
word I was looking for. Andrew McNeil says, I can't believe I'm still listening to you guys. Well, that's good. Earlier in this day, Andrew McNeil, he was too ashamed to comment some words to us. He had to text me instead, and I called him out on it because that was pretty disappointing. And look at this, Robin Nathanson. He gets by the guard. What a shot by Robin. That was absolutely not the call, but he'll take that. As Michael Prince shakes his head, he knows that Lady Luck is not on his side right now, but he's hoping that the tides can turn here.
Yeah, and Robin will take that and run. That worked out very nicely.
Oh my,
for
rocks are
Team
flying
Papa
on
Bear.
other sheets. Look over there. Nolan Drover just shot a rock, and a rock flew in front of Emma McNamara
There's
as she was
chaos
cleaning
happening
hers.
over there.
Gee, whoa. I need to take a breather. This is insanity here.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on sheet 3 and 4 as well as sheet 2 here. A lot of exciting games going on in this draw.
Yeah, and is this rock going to overcurl on Robert Mitchell, too? It looks like it is. Oh, dear. But that's okay. It opens it up. You want to keep this in, though. You want to keep a guard somewhere, and you do, but that's a guard that's going to be hard to get that into play, I think.
Yeah, it's not guarding much.
And
So-
what's Simon calling now, I wonder? The little tap. Little tap.
Little tap back.
Robin Nathanson doing the Kurt Roach special, says Mike. And I don't really understand much that Mike says in these comments. He's a very confusing person, but I do understand this. His reference here is that Kurt Roach is a specialist at missing peels and then doing something crazy that works. He is an absolute pro at it.
Yeah, he
And,
did that to me yesterday in our game, actually. I think he missed 2
Yes, he
peels,
did, he
went
did.
right by, and
I
made
saw
2
it.
beautiful double takeouts.
It's insanity. I don't know how he does it, but he has some sort of voodoo magic on his side. So if somebody has that doll and has a bunch of good luck charms on it, please pull them out. Pull out those good luck charms and make Kurt Roach mortal again.
Yeah, take a couple of those good luck pins out of that voodoo doll and let us have a chance, because Kurt's making it real tough on us out here.
Yeah, as this rock looks light, you don't want to leave a guard here. If you
Yeah,
leave
that's
a
right.
guard, that's something for Mike to hide behind.
Yeah, so now Mike has the option to either try to hit and roll behind that guard, or maybe he just makes a straight draw behind that guard, trying to get shot.
And Robin Nathanson is out of breath back here. He's
Yeah, it looks like he
breathing
really
heavily.
worked himself out of worked his lungs there on that sweep. He was really excited after his last shot. He made that beautiful tick that he'd practiced so much, and then he did the Kurt Roach special.
Oh yes, we missed, I believe, our end sponsor of end number 5 in the chaos of changing the sheets. So I'd like to give a shout out. End number 5 was sponsored by Olympic Shoe Repair. So we apologize for the chaos. Actually, a fantastic shot here by Cynthia Bootler. I'd like to point
Very
that out
nicely
too.
done. Very nicely done. She gets that hit and roll right behind the guard and keeps them alive in this end.
Yeah, so that's a great shot, and it seems that. Oh, that's a great replay. We get to see the result of that shot. So if you were curious where it ended up there.
Yeah, and with that sponsor there for N5 Olympic Shoe Repair, it is owned and operated by some amazing curlers, and
Yeah.
they're actually home to this club. Of course, those are the Exoduses. We have 3 of them, Peter, Thomas, and George now also.
Yeah, they're a team of Exoduses. And looks like Danielle's doing the run back here. And Robin is trying to sweep this here. Sweeping it so hard that you might think he's using some performance-enhancing drugs. And speaking of drugs, our N6 sponsor is Medicine Shop. Medicine Shop, thank you for sponsoring end number 6. They are a pharmacy located in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And they have a new primary care clinic. So if you might need a quick checkup on strep throat, allergies, or chronic conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes, contact them for an appointment. Thank you, Medicine Shop.
And that is another sponsor that's tightly related to the Sydney Curling
Yes.
Club. We have the Toner family, both amazing curlers here. I play with you on Thursday nights.
You played with
this
me?
year. What's that?
You played with me?
No,
Oh, you
Hugh.
Toner.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hugh Toner, who's one of the owners there at the Medicine Shop. And, yeah, he's an amazing curler. We had a great time this year. Stayed in the A division the whole ladder league, actually. We didn't have the best finish, but, you know, it was a pretty good season for us. So we'll see what Papa Barrick is cooking up here.
Yeah.
Looks like
Might
he's
be trying
gonna-
the double, I think.
Yeah, he's going to make a play on that top red. Try to roll over and see what he can do.
Yeah. As you see, Robin Nathanson, he is sweeping, cleaning in front of the hack. There's been a couple picks today in our streamed game, so he's just trying to make sure that the ice is nice and clean for Simon. Right now, it's looking like he might give up 2 unless he makes a really good shot here, and giving up 2, honestly, is not the end of the world. You just don't want to give up more than 2, so you want to make this shot.
That's right. It looks like commenter Michael Garden here is also looking for another big sweep on the back of,
yes.
of Robin Nathanson here. Giving him a shout out as the sweeper of the year. I think he
Yeah.
might have cast a ballot for that.
Maybe,
We
perhaps,
have a
yeah.
nomination process going on for the club right now as we speak.
As he's trying to sweep this over, and it looks like Robin isn't able to get this over as the rock soars through.
He may have
Papa
gassed
Bear
himself
throwing
out on the
so
first
much weight.
sweep
Yeah, I
and
think
wasn't
so.
able to quite use
Yeah.
those big biceps of his to get that one over and get the roll. But
Look at this majestic man yawning at me right now through the glass. You can't see him sad. Oh, he's smiling now. He's smiling.
oh, a beautiful smile. Beautiful
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah. And I believe Mike Prince is now trying to draw behind that blue. Is that probably the call? I think you just need to draw anywhere. You're probably only going to get 2 this end, which is fine. So you want to get 2, probably steal 2 in the next end, and then steal 1 to try to tie, which sounds really hard, and that's right, because it is. It's
It
hard.
is quite hard. But, I mean, so is scoring 5 when you're down 7-0. So
You're completely right on
you
that.
never count the Prince of Miramichi out.
No, absolutely not. Mike Prince sliding out first rock of this end number 6. Somebody in the chat says Emma McNamara is the best, and this person was looking for a sheet update on sheet 3 earlier, and it actually ended up that sheet 3 just threw their last stone. Devin, do you know what happened on sheet 3? Team Stone, Travis, he scored, he was down, I think, 5-2, and Travis did score something. We're not sure what. It might have been 2. But Travis scored something. So when we get the actual score, we'll update you. Oh, Travis scored 2, so it's now 5-4 McNamara over Team Stone on sheet number 3. And on sheet number 4, Team McNamara versus Team Drover is tied 3-3 in the 5th end. So
yeah, so a couple
close
exciting
game.
games going on over there. A couple of close ones. We'll see if we get any more chime-ins from any more skips while they're on the ice. Maybe on sheet 3, Travis will jump back into the chat.
Yeah, Travis is an avid commentator and commenter on games, even when he's playing.
Yeah, you will see his name come up from time to time.
Simon looked like he put this one out a little bit on his release, and it's floating a bit. Yeah. It is.
Looks like he's just going to nose this one.
Yeah. So Mike now has a choice. He can either draw again, and he has that little backing. If he goes on his own red, he still gets 1, or he might hit if he's not comfortable enough with his draw weight. But the risk with hitting is, of course, you can just roll out, and then you only get 1.
Yeah, or if you are way outside on the hit and you just kind of catch a piece and slash it into your own red,
that's worst
really
case
bad.
scenario.
That would be absolute
worst case scenario. As Simon Barrick, he's trying to start the wave here with the people inside.
Yeah, he's getting a little,
he's
little
trying to start
purchase in
the
here with
wave.
the fans too. We might have a one going on for at least.
Yeah, and now he's
2
doing
minutes.
jumping jacks on the sheet. This is insane. Oh, sorry. I was there was a reflection in the glass. I was just watching a video of Richard Simmons.
That's right. There was a video of Richard Simmons going on here.
Yeah. Pardon me. I thought that was Simon Barrick.
Yeah, I think he was actually doing the downward dog yoga pose, getting ready for his future ends coming up here. Should Team Prince make a timely comeback here and force them into a 7th end?
Yeah. So now we have Mike Prince. He elected to do the draw. This looks good, but I think he's going to need backing or for it to slow down. Is this heavy, Matt?
Yeah.
He needs to tick
He
that
needed to
red.
tick that blue.
Needs to tick something. It goes right through. No way. Goes right through Simon Barrick sweeping. It holds on.
I think it holds on.
It holds
I think he's
on.
okay.
It holds
Definitely
on.
one, and they're okay.
Oh, Cynthia says I think it's 2, and she. Oh
Or
no.
no.
I don't know.
That looked. Maybe she had a much better look at it than
I
I did.
guess,
but
I
it
guess
pretty
so.
close.
Oh,
to me.
Cynthia's pointing at her eyes. She's saying her vision's better than yours. Let me judge it. I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah, they really needed that 2 there, so it's pretty unfortunate if that was only 1. But
Yeah. So that is a great conversion on hammer for team Michael Prince. Cynthia's laughing back there. I guess she must have told a nice joke. So yeah, Mike Prince now down by 3, playing the 7th end. So there's only 2 ends left of this game. So he's going to have some work to do to try to win this.
yeah, a bit of a weird one on the scoreboard tonight. Haven't seen too many games go this way with a couple of big ends to start out and then a little bit of a comeback and then it's seesaw back and forth. And
Yeah.
we'll see how it ends in the last couple of ends here.
So they're sweeping it right away. He's looking for a guard. He needs guards because Simon's going to want to try to peel them out as soon as he can, just to try to keep it clean. He's up by 3, and he's going to try to hold on to this hammer. And I believe we need the overhead to change. So sorry for this of you. Just 1 second. And we should be back. Liz Delchin says 1 or 2. Cynthia Boutlier thinks it's 2, so we also think it's 2. But they haven't put up the score, so we're going to assume that Cynthia's right until we see the score go up. But I think it was 2. I think it was 2. And this one looks light, Matt. Simon's not going to be happy with this one. Being a guard, this does Mike Prince a massive favor, putting up a double center.
Yeah, you really don't want to guard here.
Yeah, he's going to be able to come in now. He's going to be able to draw in.
Okay, so we may see an exciting end here. Maybe Michael will be able to put some points on the board and get a chance to take it home in the 8th.
Yeah. Yeah, and looks good out of her hand. We need this. Oh, it's curling a lot, Matt. Robert Mitchell on the sweep. Now, thankfully, a guard is also fine. You need a bunch of junk up there. So another guard up there is absolutely fine. They were expecting to throw a guard before until Simon Bear came light, and this is a mess already. And Mike is smiling to himself, saying, "Thank God I love messes, especially when I'm down by 3." And the other person, what's Simon? Geez, Simon Barrick. Simon Barrick is saying, "Please, no more messes, no more."
Yeah, Michael's liking how this end is playing out so far. He's got a lot of rocks out front that could cover some future stones in the house. And speaking of that, Mercer Fuels has you covered. We have our end number 7 sponsor. If you need oil, give Todd a call. Todd, also a curling member here at Sydney Curling Club, and a great guy. So you should give Mercer Fuels a call if you're in need of some heating oil, and check out their Happy Home Assistant.
Yeah, and we heard earlier that there's a bunch of Mercers who are at the club, and they do a variety of things, including delivering wood to the curling club.
That is right. I think that's a little side business that maybe Dave or maybe Barb have on the go.
I believe it's Dave. So yeah, if you want some wood, give Dave a call.
They've got all your home heating needs covered.
Robert Mitchell sliding out now, looking good out of his hand. The sweepers aren't near it, so that either means it's a bullet or it's good. We're going to hope it's good for his sake.
It looks like it's running pretty hot down the ice. They're really hoping this catches.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Prince is now sweeping it. And Simon now sweep. It holds on, so that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Simon's going to try to peel. No, he doesn't want to peel. He says, "I want to go in." I guess he realizes now that he's in it for the long haul this end, and needs to just try to get in there before Mike Prince.
Yeah, he's elected to just embrace the mess here and get involved instead of trying to clean it up. So
yeah, we love embracing the mess.
And we could see another tick shot here. We do have rock coming out of the hand of Robin Nathanson, and as we said earlier, he's practiced these shots quite a bit.
Yeah. On sheet number 4, a little update is, I believe, Team McNamara, who is skipped by Stephen Leslie.
Looks like he might get the tick, and he does. But it might
he
be just
loves
a
these
little,
tick shots.
He loves the tick shots.
Again, practices 3 hours every Sunday.
Yeah.
Of these tick shots, and you can
it's-
tell.
It's great to be able to pull that out of the bag. A bit of an unorthodox shot call there to play the tick on that shot, but I mean, clearly they got a very good result out of it. That thing is buried behind 2 center guards and another kind of corner guard up high, so be tricky to deal with.
Yeah. So back to our update on sheet number 4. Team McNamara, skipped by Stephen Leslie. They got 1 over Team Thomas Drover, so it is 4-3. They are a full end behind all these other sheets, playing the 6th end right now, and it's a close game. So that's great for the schedule. It means that this game is going to not end early.
Yeah.
Well, look at this shot now.
It's a good thing we were ahead of time.
Robert Mitchell not making the same mistake twice. He came up a bit heavy on his first, and then absolutely sinks a shot on his second one. It's over-buried, and
Wow.
Robin is
really nice draw there.
Robin is shaking his head. He doesn't know what to do. There's no rocks to tick for him.
I don't think he can make a tick shot here to get at that. He may have to come up with something else.
Simon's gesturing towards the peel.
I think he was thinking about even a draw on top, but now he looks like he's walking towards the peel call.
Oh, Cynthia dashes across the sheet. Maybe that was trying to confuse her opponents. I don't know. And this is kind of a weird peel that Simon's calling. I'm not really sure what.
Yeah, is he trying to go really thin peel and then maybe come into the others and peel those as well?
I think more it's the red onto the blue red. I'm not sure now, Matt. You might be right.
With that ice, it kind of looks like the thin peel, and if he's outside, maybe he makes the blue and red peel.
Yeah.
Your favorite? Oh, we're winning that, buddy.
there's a lot of discussion on this shot. I don't think Robin's comfortable throwing this.
Yeah, he looks a little nervous to throw this one down the ice. He wants
Robin's
to
a
make sure the
normal
guy's just right.
lead. He might not be used to throwing these.
That's right. He's used to throwing a lot of guards, not peeling the guards away.
Yeah.
So.
It's against his nature. And this one looks a bit outside. Does he
Gonna peel
tick?
something. He might
Does
get
he
the thing.
tick?
Triple
A little
oh,
tick?
okay.
A little tick?
He's-
No tick.
Oh.
Too bad. We know it's on his practice routine next time he practices those tick shots.
Yeah, he's going to have to place the rocks a little higher in practice and try some peel ticks.
No, absolutely.
Doesn't quite have that in
Mike
the
Prince
arsenal
wants
yet.
to put another one in here. He's going with the same turn, and I'm not sure I like the same turn now, Matt. Now, of course, we did see it, but the other side has that backing with that blue. It'd be nice to maybe go in there just to put one on top, but
Yeah, and if
maybe
it was,
just understands the side more.
if it was Robert's second rock, he would have just thrown it and maybe
Cynthia's
he
a
could make
little
it
inside, I
perfect.
think.
But it is a new thrower, so it's a little
Need
bit
to sweep
harder
this. You
to
need to
make
sweep
this on the
this.
first go.
Need to sweep this. I think she just waited a little too long. She was a little inside of her hand, and this is
Yeah,
over
it looks
curling.
like they're going to get a piece of that red.
Well, that's pretty good, actually.
Okay, they didn't
Yeah.
open up too much of a hole, so
Yeah, that works quite well. And Papa Bear shaking his head.
shaking his head and pointing right at the button.
Yeah, he says, we want some button for dinner.
He's saying, put this rock right here on the little house on your screen. So we'll see if they're able to make this shot.
Yeah, Danielle Goldilocks McLaren is throwing her first stone of this seventh end.
And there it goes. And Robin is sweeping out of her hand.
Sweeper of the year, Robin Nathanson. And I don't even think he can hold this straight. This one's curling so much. You
They
don't want
want
to
it curl
tap this
too
red.
much.
Mike Prince is up.
He's
He's
on a-
sweeping. He's sweeping it.
Oh,
Does he
this-
get it there?
this
He's
could-
sweeping. He's
it's
not
a
sweeping
little
anymore.
bit
He's not
set.
sweeping anymore. He lets it go. He lets it go.
Ooh.
It goes a little too far, and red is sitting 2.
I believe they are sitting 2. That's really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate
Yeah.
there for Team Papa Bear. But we'll see if that extends the game and makes things even more interesting. Setting up for a possible good score here for Team Prince. So.
Well, Team Prince is down by 3, despite them not marking the score from last end. They're down by 3, and a steal of 2 here is actually great for them. A steal of 3 here is incredible for them.
Absolutely.
And that might be on the table if Cynthia can put one in really nice. I think you need to sweep this, guys. It curls so much here. Sweep it.
Yeah.
Sweep it.
Looks very similar to
Please.
the last one.
Please sweep it. Oh, dear. Did they let it go too long?
I think
Oh,
they did
no.
again, and it was so
Oh,
close.
dear.
A little bit of a tick. Maybe get this in the
Oh.
house, but so it will bite into the house, but it's pretty tricky to get that blue that is in there out, and also avoid a last
Yeah.
rock draw in or something like that. So
Yeah.
not what they were looking for exactly. The draw path is still there. Looks like Simon is going to take it and try to follow that down, avoid the guards, and get one close to the button there. If he gets one in there, it is pretty welded in there. It's going to be hard to get out.
Yeah, if he gets one in there, it's, as they say in games, game over.
GG, as they say.
GG. GO.
GJ.
Good job.
It would be a good job.
Cynthia's putting up the score now, and she puts it under the 7. So we were correct in our assumption. Robin Nathanson sweeping this immediately out of Danielle Goldilocks McLaren's hand. And Papa Bear looking on. He needs this to be in.
It doesn't look like it's going to have...
This one's staying pretty straight, actually.
It
She
is
might have
actually.
got
They need
one
to-
out there. A little tick shot, maybe? And no. And you know what? It curls enough
You know
here,
what?
Matt. I think Mike Prince can draw in.
I know, and I think that he actually likes this because it makes it a little hard to chase. If he does make the draw, it closed the gap down enough that if he makes it, it's going to be harder to follow it in.
Yeah, I agree with
And
you.
right now, the messier the better for Michael. He wants things to be junked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to sneak away with a few points on the board as a steal here.
Yeah, we had an interview with Mike before the game, and he said that if I am ever down by 3, I like to play it exactly like this. And then he drew a diagram that pretty much looked like this.
Yeah, I'm looking at that diagram right now, and it does look remarkably like this end is set up.
He might have watched this replay before it even happened.
Maybe, you never know.
Mike Prince, first shot without hammer in this 7th end. Down by 3, sitting 2. Lets it go. It looks good out of his hand. This one's not curling as much as Cynthia's, which is great.
Looked a
Don't
little
have
on
to
the
break.
outside of the broom, which
The
might
sweepers
be good.
aren't near it, but this needs to curl actually a ton, Matt. You don't want to tap up the blue.
Definitely
you don't want
wanna
to tap up the blue.
Ooh,
It needs to
it's definitely
curl.
on the
It
blue.
needs to curl more.
Don't rub the red either.
It needs to
rubs the
curl
red.
more. And, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Red's still sitting 2.
Yeah, that just makes things even messier.
Yeah. We, look, that rock's there on the diagram.
Oh my God! He even
how do
drew
we-
a second diagram that was going to show what it would look like after that shot, and it looks almost bang on. And I think there's still a very tiny hole there to draw through. It looks like those guards are pretty high.
Simon just gestured at the run back, so I feel that he's looking to open it up or run back something now.
Yeah, you might be right. It's a tricky shot.
Yeah, we have a last rock coming on. Oh, sorry, there's still 2 rocks remaining in the Stone McNamara game on sheet number 3. It's hard for us to see down from this end what's happening, but we'll let you know when they score, or whoever scores. But yeah, there's still 2 rocks remaining, with McNamara having hammer up 5-4 over Team Stone in the 7th end.
And it does look like there are quite a few rocks in the house. I can't quite see where they are and what color they are, but
yeah,
they are definitely there.
Oh, a fan just told us she's listening in to the broadcast, sitting a couple seats down from us. So she's going to hear us right now. So we want to do a shout out to Bria Thomas. A shout out to Bria Thomas. You'll hear this in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, she's alerted us to the fact that there may be a small time delay, so she won't hear this until maybe about
now.
now.
And Simon Barrick trying to run
It looks
back.
like we nailed
Look
it.
at this. Oh, no. Wow. That missed everything.
Oh, my.
As there's gasp as Team Stone misses, or I don't know, makes something. Stone did something on sheet 3. We're not sure if it was good or bad, but it was crazy because the crowd went wild after that shot.
Yeah, and that might have been even been a double reaction, because that was a
really
big
close one on
result
Simon
there
Barrick.
for Michael Prince on sheet 2 as well.
Yeah, so I wonder what Mike's going to do now. I assume he's trying to draw on top of those reds, maybe?
It looked like the call was to put it in the 8-foot and
Okay. Yeah, I
kind
like
of guard
that.
the 2 that he has there and get away with the steal of 2.
Yeah, again,
which
if
is-
your team Prince, you want to get 2 here. 3 is great, but you want to get 2. That's the goal.
Yeah, you don't have to get too greedy. And this way, if you're a little heavy, you can bring it in and maybe get first, second, and third shot. But
Yes,
that's
yeah.
a good plan B.
Bria Thomas has commented superfan in the chat. Bria Thomas, superfan, watching both in person and online. And if you want to do that, come down to the City Curling Club. There's still about... Oh, Mark McNamara is maybe heavy. There's more gasp, and he's slamming his broom. So we don't know what happened, but it seemed both skips were a little frustrated. So we'll get you the score of that game in 1 second as Mike Prince throws his last rock now. We're back to our game. Mike Prince throws his last rock.
Oh my.
He wants to get this top 8. It's coming down nice. It's curling a
looks-
bit.
All there for top 8 at the moment.
Yeah, where's this end up? Looks pretty good,
It
Matt.
looks really good, actually. That put the brakes on, and it's going to stop at the top of
Yeah.
the house. It's not quite.
This is a tough shot for shot. I don't think he can come on that back red, right?
I think it might be there. It looks like that guard thrown at the top of the house is just biting the center line, and the other rock in the back 4-foot is on the other side of the center line. So we'll see if he's able to make the shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
so,
my.
Wow, okay, so Travis Stone just stole 3 on sheet number 3. So that's what all these oohs and ahs were about. Travis Stone stole 3, so I'm guessing that Mark was heavy on his draw. Gave up a steal of 3, so Travis Stone is leading 7-5 going into the last end here. Stone 7, McNamara 5, last end on sheet number 3, and we'll certainly be updating you as that game goes on.
Yeah, and that's another game that's going back and forth. I can see that the lead has changed hands a few times there, and
Yeah.
Travis now up 7-5 after being down 5-2 after 5.
Yeah,
So
and we got to be careful. The cops might come after this game because there's so many steals in that one.
yeah, there's some grand larceny going on here, and we may have to alert the police. But
Yeah.
we'll see how the 8th end shakes down there. Okay, so what is Simon going for here? Is he trying to get
just the
down to
draw.
that back red, or just using it as backing and trying to make the draw?
Yeah, I think it's a draw to the pin, but he uses the other one as backing because he doesn't want to give up 2 here. But this one's curling a ton.
Is curling? Sweeping
Robin's
it?
holding it. Let's see the overhead now. Here we go. Do they have it? It looks really good.
It looks really
Really
good.
good for one. Do they have it? Does it go by? It does. Does it get there? Simon Barrick for... Oh.
That is
Where
very
is
close.
that? Robin Nathanson is staring down at it. Robin is second, and he gestures to red. Cynthia has the best eyesight on this sheet, so she's not even looking at it. She's leaving it all to Robin. She's saying, I know what it is. Oh,
Yes.
she's getting the measuring stick.
Oh, okay. She said
Okay.
even her eyes cannot decipher whether this is
Yeah,
close.
so that means it's close.
That means it is nanometers.
Yes. So,
We're going to have to go to this instrument. Do you know the technical name for this instrument? I've always kind of wondered.
yes, it's called instrumentus majoretis.
And that is Latin, so you know
Yes.
that it means business. I've always just called it the magic wand.
This is a very close measure, as the majoratus, whatever I said earlier, is it's wobbling.
Instrumentus, I believe.
Oh, instrumentus, right? And it is, who knows? Oh,
We-
Cynthia's turning. What's happening?
Oh,
Is that blue? It's blue.
it's blue.
Simon Barrick, Robin Nathanson, wrong. Robin Nathanson, wrong call. He got it wrong. It was the other color, his own color, that got one. And now Mike Prince is down by 4. It's 11-7. Are they playing this last end? Yeah, they're sliding
I
down.
don't know. And if you're Michael Prince, maybe you prefer giving up the one there than only scoring one, and you can take the hammer and try for a big end. I think it's
Why
pretty
don't-
difficult either way.
Yeah, well, I know what I would do, and I would rather not give up one.
Oh, for sure.
Travis Stone's on this sheet now. He's commenting, and he's laughing like the Joker.
Yeah,
is-
he's laughing now that he's ahead. He looked pretty serious there a couple ends ago.
Absolutely. And Simon Barrick getting ready to throw. He's superstar drawer. He's a famous artist here in Sydney for his draws to the 4-foot. Is that what you call them?
I think so, and I think you can. Where can you pick those up on Etsy? I think he's a vendor on Etsy, maybe Amazon as well, but
They're not touching this one. They want it in. They ideally don't want it back house. Can we change to the other camera here, Devin? Yeah. There we go.
it looks like that
Yeah.
one will slide into the back house.
Yeah, so that's something that Team Prince might be able to freeze to later on. That's why they don't really want it back house.
Yeah, they're going to start this end out with a corner guard, hopefully, on the opposite side. Maybe use that rock a little bit later.
Yeah. So it looks like Mike Prince is setting up a guard now. He's trying to set up a guard. Looks pretty good. It looks
line
maybe
looks-
light. These sweepers need to get on this one.
Yeah, the line's really good, but it does look a little bit light.
Here they go. They get this over. They'll get this. Look at this rock.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Never a
Well
doubt.
managed. Robert Mitchell giving a few more licks for good luck.
Few more brushes of the old corn broom there, and it looks like that's going to be far enough off the center line. It's going to function as a corner guard.
Yeah, and Simon's now at a loss, I think. He wants her to throw it away. So Simon wants her to throw it away. And you might be asking why. Why would you ever do that?
Is he trying to peel his own out as
no,
well?
No, I believe he's just trying to throw to the boards. But it looks like Claudia has never done this before in her life, and she's confused why she would ever do this.
And I
You-
don't blame her, because until you've done it and understand, exactly when this rare shot comes into play, it does feel weird when the skip calls
Yeah.
you to throw a stone through the house.
Exactly. But it's always great because it means that you're doing something good. And in this case, Simon Barrick's winning by 4. Oh, oh, there's a lot of confusion in the hack. Okay, let's see what happens. Looks pretty good out of her hand. And by good, I mean it looks like it's going to go out, which is what Simon wants. And again, you might be wondering, why would you ever do this if you're Simon Barrick? And the reason is
that more rocks means more ammo for Mike Prince later on in the end. If it's light, it's a guard. If it's heavy, it's something to freeze to. So you're up by 4. Just throw it away. You don't need points if you're Simon in this end. You don't need points. You just need Mike to not score 4.
Yeah, it's never a bad sign if you're just throwing one of your rocks away.
Yeah.
Usually it means that you're up by quite a bit. It's late in the game. You can probably run the other team out of rocks by just hitting whatever they put in the house. You don't really care if your shooter sticks around. You just want to clean up the house and make sure that they can't put enough in there to come back.
Yes, that's right. And it looks like Mike Prince is putting up another guard. He needs 4 points so he can afford to have 4 rocks, as guards this end. And that's what he's trying here. This one looks a little heavier, though.
Yeah, they may need to try to get on this and get something out of it. If it curls a little more, maybe they can get a little bit behind that corner guard, but looks like they're going to leave it there.
Yeah, and now we have an update on sheet number 4. It's back to a tie game. Team McNamara against Team Drover.
Oh my.
Team McNamara skipped by Stephen Leslie. They are an N behind these sheets. And sadly, it's an incredibly close game. It is 4-4, so it looks like this one will be going all the way to the end. Team McNamara versus Team Drover. And on sheet number 3, McNamara versus Team Stone. McNamara down 2 now. They are sit in 1 second shot way over at the wings, and they're trying to, second shot, and they're trying to sit a second 1. Trying to sit a second shot here. As Simon Barrick takes out his first red, so that's good. That will help them towards a victory. Jen Langwell with a powerful sweep on sheet 3 there.
Really going at it there. Very good sweep. Got it by the guard. Made the shot.
Yeah,
All credit to Jen there.
Yeah, we're coming back to our game now. Robert Mitchell throwing this rock. He needs to put this in a okay spot, but you're now looking for misses by Team Barrick. That's what this end is it needs to be misses. And I'm not trying to be mean here. It's just when you're down 4 and you need to score 4 in the last end, that's how you do it. Is you need the other team to miss a couple times because they'll just be hidden the entire time, and you need to see if you can get something going.
Yeah, there's no other option, and this stone is pretty good. It's maybe partially buried behind that corner guard. It is shot by a matter of inches, so
yeah.
As we said, they need a miss. Maybe they'll get it here.
Yeah, Robin Nathanson is getting down in the hack.
Does he have a tick possibility here?
Yeah, tick shot. Look at him go. Oh, this is. Oh, I think he's going for the one in the house actually. But he might tick off that one, man.
He might tick. He might get the tick.
Does he get the tick?
He might jam.
Does he get the tick?
Oh, okay.
No
It's gonna
tick.
flash right through.
And that's a flash.
And we said they needed a miss.
Yeah, he's mortal
and they
after
got a
all.
miss, so Robin Nathanson is mortal. They will get a chance to put another one in the house, the top of the house.
Yeah, Megan Burns is dancing on sheet 3. I think she made a shot. So she's doing a little happy dance. She's all happy that she made a shot as we get to mate stones on sheet number 3. But Mark has a chance, or Emma McNamara is throwing for Team Mark McNamara, and she has a chance to have that team sit 2.
Yeah, and they do have a corner guard up there, so if they get a nice little roll, then they're looking pretty good in that end. So we have Robert Mitchell's stone here. And it looks a little heavier than what they were looking for. Can they get it by that one? No, they can't. So it's going to rub off it, and it's going to hang in the open. But, you know, maybe they can get another miss at a Team Barrick, and then they're looking okay.
Mike Garden says that Robin's rock must have picked. And, well,
Usually, I think picks over curl, don't they?
Yeah, I think, yeah, they only over curl, right?
Yeah, I think that one needed to curl a little bit more. But
yeah.
Maybe he was planning on something differently, and maybe it did a reverse pick or something on.
Curlers like to blame things on picks, and I guess Mike's one of those players where he blames everything he misses on a pick.
Yeah, there are a lot of those curlers out there.
And look at this, gets by.
Ooh.
And gets.
Ooh, but they
does
jam?
it get both? No, it doesn't. 2 reds
my.
still in the rings. And Mike Prince is beaming because he was given a gift from the heavens.
And I think he is sitting 2. So that blue that was thrown, it didn't outcount anything. So it looks like Mike Prince is sitting 2. There's some backing in the house. Bit of a mess. He's going to try to capitalize on that. Okay, so it looks like Cynthia's trying to draw in here, and Michael Prince is gesturing that he wants it over on the right side of the 4-foot.
It's becoming an exciting
They're
game.
sweeping it. It looks a little bit light.
Yeah, they need to get this in the rings. They need to get
They
this
need to
in
go
the rings.
hard here.
Look at these sweepers go. Do they have it? It
A
ticks.
tick. They got
That was a Robin Nathanson there.
That was a Robin Nathanson, and it doesn't quite get in the house. So that is really unfortunate for Team Prince.
Yeah, on the bright side, red is still 1-2. And this is a tough hit. I think. Could jam.
There is the possibility of a jam here. If it does jam, it looks like red will only be sitting 1, but maybe they'll have a play on that blue to sit 2 or 3.
Mike Garden has clarified that he doesn't usually blame it on picks. He usually blames it on his skip's broom placement. And I got to say, I feel sorry for that skip having to deal with all that. Must be rough.
It's quite an accusation there fired by Michael Garden.
And look at this. It dead jams.
Does dead jam.
Now on the bright side, blue is now 3rd shot, so that back red is not outcounting the other blue. So Mike Prince is going to need to move those 2 blues now, which is going to be quite tough, actually.
That's right, but I think he is quite happy with the result of that last one.
Oh, yes, he is. Team Stone has a double opportunity to end the game now on sheet number 3.
It looks like a fairly natural double, too. I think Travis has practiced this quite a few times.
Yeah.
He's going to be looking to make that one.
Cynthia Boutlier's rock looks pretty good. Look at this curl.
Ooh.
Look at this curl. Does it stay around? It does, and it does. What a shot by Cynthia
great
there.
shot. Great shot.
Almost fully buried. They almost lost it. Okay,
Late
Travis.
curl there.
Sorry, on sheet 3, Travis Stone is doing this double. If he makes this double, he does win. We don't have the video feed. The sweepers are off of it. It must be close. And no, he dead jams it. So Mark McNamara is going to have an open hit. And if he makes this, Mark will tie, and this will go to a draw the button, and we will turn a camera for this draw the button so you can see this end of the game. So it's amazing that these 2 games are now so close. This is hard to like commentate because there's just so much excitement happening. The adrenaline is killing me.
Yeah, the anticipation is real, and we even have a 3rd game lagging behind the other games by a little bit that, is extremely close, tied at 4-4.
So in about 45 minutes when they get to the last end, we'll be excited to give you that update as well. Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face for that one.
That is right. It could be 45 minutes. We're hoping for a little bit less than that because we do have one more draw to get on the ice tonight. Okay. I am in that draw, and I'd rather get on the ice at a reasonable hour.
Mark McNamara has thrown his last rock. Here it goes. They're trying to make a curl. It needs to stick. It does. We have a draw the button now on sheet number 3.
Wow.
Mark McNamara versus Team Stone. This is insanity here. Emma McNamara is laughing. She's laughing for some reason, and everyone's watching this. We're going to change the camera over. So you're only going to have the overheads from our sheet, and we're going to change the main camera to the house of this of sheet number 3. So we'll be going back and forth. So it might be a bit chaotic, but bear with us because this is extreme excitement here at the Sydney Curling Club.
Unbelievable. I love a draw to the button to finish a game. It is one of the most exciting finishes in the sport. So
yes, it is.
It looks like
Simon
they
Barrick with
make
the
the double here, and that is a backbreaker. Really nice shot by Simon there.
Okay.
So let's do a quick count here. Michael Prince has 1 in the house. I believe he has 2 rocks remaining for a maximum score of 3. I believe he's run out of rocks. He needs to score 1, 2, 3, 4.
And they're shaking hands. Let's go to the overhead, Devin, for the draw the button.
Yeah.
Let's go to the overhead. Sorry, the game's over now. We're going to the overhead. Look at this nice camera view. So that's the wall of the Sydney Curling Club. So that's the wall. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back to the overhead. Beautiful wall, though, right?
Yeah, is that cedar?
Yes, it is. Okay, Mark McNamara has thrown his draw. We're going to the overhead now. Let's go.
Sweepers are staying close,
So
but they are not
first
on
draw.
It.
Here we
They
go.
are getting on it a little bit now.
Draw the
now
button.
they're
It
really
looks
going.
light.
Now they're
Is
really
it
going.
light? The sweepers, Jen Langwa, Ryan Ferguson, pounding this rock in.
It looks okay.
Looks good. Did they oversweep it?
Did they oversweep it?
It needs to stop.
Whoa,
Does it
whoa.
stop? Look at the
Oh,
shot.
really-
Mark
really
McNamara.
well-managed rock
there we
there.
go.
Really
the
well-managed
crowd.
rock.
Look, it's
We're
going
hearing banging
wild.
on the glass and standing applause here in the room.
In an
really nice shot.
insane game on sheet number 3. Now Travis Stone needs to beat this.
He needs to cover the pin to win.
As everyone is wondering, where's the measurer at? Where's the measurer at? I don't know, says Megan Burns. Megan Burns, you should. You're a doctor. You know where this stuff is at. You measure people all the time, right? Is that what doctors do?
I think they have some measuring tools and
Oh, there we go. We have
There we go. I see
we
a-
have
a yardstick coming
a
over here.
ruler. I don't know really know what that is, but
it might be a measuring tape.
we have a measuring tape on the ice.
I think Mark McNamara is measuring his own rock.
That
which
seems
is
biased.
A little bit
That
unorthodox.
seems
but
absolutely biased, but we'll
I
take
bet
it.
you it's less than an inch and a half. So
Yeah. Now Travis Stone needs to pin it to win this game. Can
pin
Travis
it
Stone
to win it.
pin this rock as hugs are being given out on sheet number 2 as this game is ended? So, okay, Travis Stone now needs to pin it. Let's go. Last shot. Here we go.
So they're opting for the same turn that Mark just threw.
Benito
sweepers are
DeLorenzo
giving it a
sweeping
little bit.
right away.
Yeah, they're sweeping out of the hand. They're not
This
panic
looks
sweeping.
close. This looks close, I think.
It looks like it's on a bit more of an outside line.
Yeah,
than
maybe a
Mark's.
bit heavy.
Maybe a
I
little
think
bit
a bit heavy. Needs to stop. Does it stop in time? Benito's sweeping it.
Oh.
He overcooks it, maybe.
Really good try. Really good try.
Oh,
but
dear. What a
man,
good
what a-
attempt.
What a finish to
And
an
that is
amazing game.
Team McNamara that won on sheet number 3. Congratulations, Mark McNamara. You're going on to the A finals tomorrow.
Wow.
A finals at, I think, 2 o'clock. Either 2 or 2:30.
Look at those high fives and those hugs being
Everyone
given out. They
loves
are
each other out here. Everyone is in love with each other. You can feel. Oh,
Look
look,
at
they're
the love.
hugging. Oh,
Just
Team
on
Mark
screen, team
McNamara
hug there.
are hugging each other without Mark present.
Beautiful to see. Mark
Yeah.
feeling a little left out there. Maybe they'll give him another one off screen.
Yes.
Looks like he's getting a couple of hugs.
Yeah.
Really nice draw by him there on the draw to the button.
Yeah. Now we have one game left. I don't know if are we switching to that, producers? No, so that game you'll have to come down to the club. That is our contract with the Sydney Curling Club. We are not allowed to show the last game shown. You have to come down to the club. So please come down to the club to watch that last game. But we will be back with you for the next draw. That's supposed to start in 1 minute, but I can guarantee it won't start in 1 minute. We'll be back with another draw later on tonight, probably in, I'm going to guess, 30 minutes. 30 minutes probably. Another draw. We'll be back. I'm not sure I'm not sure the team, so just tune in. Tune in
to
and
find out.
We'll have a good time tonight. So thank you all for watching, and please support curling.
Yeah, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of this in the future.
Yes.
We're going to be streaming many more tournaments to come, a lot next year, and thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you, Matt, for hosting, and I'm Smash LaForte signing out.
Something about this place brings me back, it always brings me back. This kind of love won't change. Brings me back, it always brings me back. I've crossed many miles, but one thing's always clear, my heart stays here.
McIntyre Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is proud to sponsor the Sydney Curling Club. Looking for a new ride? Shop new or use, assisted by our friendly sales team with the largest selection of GM vehicles on the island. Need a part for your vehicle or an oil change? Visit our certified service and parts department for all your vehicle servicing needs. Hurry hard down to 101 Disco Street. Shop anytime online on our website and follow us on social media to stay up to date with all of our latest promotions.